Ekosiisen ye bonsua wo menesempa de brane mamba obi
Masomo asempa 94.7 FM Ekosiisen dwumedie no wasuguso a utie no ma ye nase ne ma munyina akwaba ensign from Omra Asempa FM. So your discussion segment no ebehhehye so enche bia na ansana no a two statement bia ba be cancer e wo se ejemre na ye kan emamo. First one no every the intimate family of Wiamfie and Insuta Omatro Edia Koma, the Council of Elders, that's the chairman of the Council of Elders, New Patriotic Party, Asylum Down, Accra. Dear Sir, temporal break from duty as national chairman of the New Patriotic Party. In the way Stephen Intime Busunya and Omatro Akoma, the chairman of the Council of Elders of the NPP, are almost one doba one ebusuani Stephen Intime take a break kakra from the role as national chairman of the NPP. In the almost say, we the family members of Mr. Stephen Ayensu Intime, national chairman of the New Patriotic Party, bring you warm greetings. To begin with, we can all attest to Mr. Stephen Intime's lifetime commitment and dedication to the NPP for decades, rising through the ranks from first national deputy chairman to his distinguished service as the current national chairman, as demonstrated by his genteel but very assertive leadership style, his enthusiasm to his job, and his sheer love for this great party. At this juncture, we, the family members of Mr. Stephen Intime, have learned that the party has convened a meeting scheduled to be chaired by Mr. Intime, and would like our beloved son, brother, nephew, and relative, Stephen Intime, to be excused from attendance of this event due to recent development on his health and well-being, beginning from today, the 16th day of June 2025. Although not official, it is well known that Mr. Intime is not well at the moment, and his condition requires time off from active professional activities in the interest of medical attention and monitoring for the time being. Therefore, in compliance with his professional medical advice and in cognizance of his demanding office, we the family members do hereby request that Mr. Intime be temporarily excused, not only from active office duty, but also from outright party politics until further notice. This is the resolution. This is the resolution from the recent extended family meeting. Common sense dictates that Steve, as a matter of urgency, be temporarily excused, not only from the rigors of active politics, but from intra-party activities in order to make way for needed peace and solace, and for concentration on the ongoing required medical treatment process. The family learned of a circular from the party headquarters signed by its general secretary about a convened party meeting to be held at Alisa Hotel on June 17th, 2025. We are concerned, deeply saddened, and object to the fact that Steve is scheduled to chair the event, although he is known to the party rank and file. Although it is known to the party rank and file, he is indisposed and incapacitated to be in attendance, let alone chair the function. As with any human, even merely participating in such event will not augur well for Steve, due to his current cognitive dissonance and mental incapacitation for such a high-profile event at a time like this, not to even factor in chairing it, and we the family members reject this wrong move in the circly backdrop of his personal human rights. We the family members of Stephen Intime trust the NPP party hierarchy and stakeholders to accordingly do the right thing and excuse Mr. Intime from being a part of the impending meeting, and in event of the near future, while his future plans, decisions, and considerations are under review and consultation, we thank everyone concerned. Sincerely yours, jointly signed, representative of the Intim family. Inti nipa bebrina din a share statement we ase. Much time omo Stephen Intim ebusuafo. My copy steering committee, National Executive Committee, National Council, former President Kofi, President Akufo Bebre, and Kofi Bebre na my copy in this particular statement. Inti, bomodesi ebenya a member of the family because our members in our so near anyone etumi edi and community. Stephen Intim abusuafo chiremu will take a break from active politics. In fact, almost say we're taking a break from the duty as national chairman and also from active politics. And the party in tears and Omokrayo say party for him say hon shada amfa no ma say frame meet no say meet on the beche to mu hu ade krontia party ne krade sa statement no eba out inti ensem bebre a abobo aba ende Kofi Tonto wa ha Atik Mohammed wa ha Kojo Dankwa aba be cancer e studio anti emrantia me ensa last week on be kan ye ho studio ha enne yo masan ababio ene won e ba be di enkomo in the way MPP nsem nti Kofi Tonto ma mema wakwa aba na memfa won hyase akwa aba etesen
obi ya tim kwamu ile na nyame ne beda na se Sabio, a breach ya bombe. Nano, Edika Mincha, when you were tearful, you know. How much also? Obinano, and any week, you say a baha. Yes. Inti, ya baha no, you be dim commoning na no pan and numero. In fact, the Sunday before, and I'm a taste, Minia me dinner chimney, the home fan. And many animal will come and say, the home come and you share near my bit me. And Joadano, me free fee, near Monso Ekosise. Also, I saw Kasaka cra. Apparently, crowning Mrs. Tapenny or America Casa or Fonso. Inti Benadana Nopa Bess Anopa Bess 7:15 Hobby, I'm a free fee. So na Ekosiisen. Until on a me break so Homachino Yarino Musa Yadin Pa Antino. Omo try and papa and say omo de be hospital. Na omo jump from one hospital to another. Unfortunately, strike ni ade na Ekosiisen no oko baby I say nurses ni ho. Inti omo friend am so ene no ma consider private hospital. So baby one there there's another private hospital. I say a quasi private private yeah, they transfer ma abai. But I think say they are still in the transition process. Okay. So no more than this is about 7:15, 7:20. And I'm so okay. That time na me no mesim na nipa mention my assistant am ne ko baby na ono so akokumasi ko di salent no ono so nam kwan so a from Kumasi. Ti medru Metro TV na me usually am tenaka ma me share sandals na be am from abe family na ho kakra na so ene me share me shoe na me ko studio obi me pie free kai mu am time me shoe ana call by na call na buy no na nya me bra na me other sister ti ho na me yam share me say no ene call yi de enye call papa kasa ne nyamu obi na unfortunately no my sister film just about that time yeah my sister something like enti mi jina ho sa na say me so me do studio where we say me hu de me nya me ho but nyame mama ho den sa Tuesday na no pa no Until be or here good morning Ghana biano. Host ni bisa me say na what to say na oba hache ma answer sa question. Nti o share me dimi na me reaction in bia. I was a bit absent from the program, but na party asuma me. And at that material moment and so me replace me. And I'm so for the 2 hours I am two no my distract. Just say literally Mrs. Tani free more no more frame no. And for Tuesday morning for 2 hours sitting in a studio, in a confinement of a studio. Na unia ba free mo. Na yeah, 2 questions bo. Na we defend the issues being there, you know. Oh, that was just enti sana numre na me boa me ho kwaje permission free me boss my boss was very supportive. Oh, I also know really so Kofi see every support bia no share me chikama say me Kofi na me quarantine. I was in Kumasi for best 5-6 days.
Okay.
And I say atoto nema na decision is say 1 week.
Okay.
Ti ebe koso na ya ye no prekopenya me adoma around September 4th, first week of September.
Oh, okay. And America crowd.
America. Sene be anti obi asama atome no ene abusiano no me ma me free mu be me ma me free 13 years ni. On a Tuesday like the same Tuesday. In fact, the scenario is almost the same because I said me ma me so free mu on a Tuesday. Na no US na me kwa ejuma. Ti anopano me ne kasai. No the hospital. Me ne kasai. And I say o kan de o se ka chire, you know, e din koma. That semi drew ejuma by 10:50 AM. Who answer me sister back over. I say the am fe. Obi, if as a young man make I da me soon ya me am who say me soon was that day. I was in the office abrofuno just say no more credit. Just say because I had spoken to my mom just about 3 hours or 2 hours and the call came. You know, and unti that day and you ma inst me call you to continue na Ernest Opoku as a one
Ernest Opoku
sa no nwe erade donfo asafo hene that was
say you one na you enye no
me say it became the family anthem for about 10 years.
Oh wow.
Because I don't know how I stumbled on that song. So me na me call you too. Now I came across and you know and our playlist be with YouTube 1 hour be just a back to back and you know hit so you know so I'm just so me kasangwa yes the ato abusiano very unfortunate my sisters mo cry up to now omo frɛ kra me ntimi fa because ofrɛ ya no ahya ase my sister o London ne de o US omo frɛ ya na omo ahya ase esu nti de akoba no so but nyanyame nenim ne oye ti ya de ni nyina ba manyame
Wow. Kofi Tonto ena yatene kind of political aid to the former vice president of the republic, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, ena motene nkadia to ne nabusia eni. Ndi ema won yako. Mema Atik Mohammed Akwaba na ansana no syntax amemfantum anim se wa wo petanka yedi nsuo egum. A syntax tank, a papa or mono emfa hone color of tank a wo pe. Syntax ebitimi ayebi ede amount. And regardless of the color, syntax has it. Guarantees be a wihia ewo tanks on a syntax the bemount. And a inner layer. Syntax they introduce you first white inner layer. Inner layer white. First, unse osha tanks mua na imuni yutum. Ili asiye fin kwenya there. Ubehu. Syntax one of the white inner layer ebaye. say open double, triple, quadruple, as many inner layers as possible. I open the syntax, it will be at the amount. The syntax tank, I will just so a strong, a tough, and where they pie from crime pie. Correct. There were 300 agents nationwide. Upe be a tower, the hands of a frame. Ya be kukru tank, send the above fee. For 0244 335 168 0244 335 168. Now, ni en kasa. Me pato open logistics partner. Oye Juma. Afi no washe Juma na si. Ana say Juma dada opesa wo shemo kena. Na wo hia nioma goods. Edi egu Juma ni mo a. Logistics partner, MNC Logistics and Supply Limited. Omono, they supply all your procurement, import and export needs. In the one near mana wo pegu shop nemo atono. We are nyina MNC ebefa ede abrel. They procure general goods, product, equipment at competitive rate from across the globe. And would ensure so benya timely delivery. Products now will be in very optimal condition. Inti MNC de yabawoba me pacho oni yen kasa. We are ready to serve you. 0302 551 918 0302 551 918. MNC Logistics, guaranteed satisfaction. Your Kale charcoal toothpaste. Mo amunfe bintwi mo sedano mesremo. Kale charcoal toothpaste. Enche na yede body tray edi bidie now the chichi was sent. There was a reason for that, because bidie our properties beer eyi toxins efri unipeduemo, especially wenum entina na ye maame nom ede body tray any bidie etwe was so be say o sent na ye fita kama in the na abel for kwan so na ya fa so edi bidie kro ye bidie ye toothpaste. Correct pa. Kale charcoal toothpaste. It's been formulated and produced under strict hygienic conditions with all the necessary production protocols. FDA AJ Atum. Is a what I use Kale charcoal toothpaste. Amount of fresh breath, amount whiter teeth, a reduced dental plaque, healthy and strong gums in Albania. Now a prevent cavity. Eye juma pa. Penny me yusu akwala 6 years and above ebetimi e yusu. It's another quality product from Samara Company Limited. Frewon it was 0246 864 798 0246 864 798. Kale charcoal toothpaste. Happy smile. Se malaria nso na ha wanumunuro malaria ne ko na aba me pacho. Tabia herbal mixture your last stop onomo itu malaria see e free ho. And as hope draw we be me mo agina on your friend male vitality uhia tabia takum eno no alcohol honey any ye dia 100% organic tabia takum brutal and ye wo tabia zone care that ultimate immune booster a dry ma immune system no ejina so na kutia nyarawa hodo constipation we am a team untimi nhede nya wo nan papa tabia herbal capsules and ebeboa free 0243 686861 so pedodo etua tabia herbal center na di Norway nyina aba. Yes, I will Exodus moringa and dandelion capsules. And no dra pharmacy any herbal shops what Ghana hinyina obenya biato. In fact, a drew back kutia diabetes and hypertension pa any said drew way. Unumbum unnominal say me numwe na dabi unumbum Exodus moringa and Exodus dandelion capsules obenum nina ede abum. Juma pa so say kutia diabetes and hypertension and a ho dance die ne dos man for edi ho dance edi they are all proudly made in Ghana but speedily penetrating both the local and international market due to the high efficiency rate. So only the moringa yemani pedua and dandelion ya obe rush akopin no we be ato. In Accra, oko Okaishi drug lane ubenyabi. Kumasen so Danny Herbal, Misty Herbal so ubenyabi. And I pe one agent in the US of A and a one agent in the UK no almost was serve the whole of Europe. In the office obit me I agent amaya fre 0544 447033 0544 447033 Exodus Moringa capsules and Exodus Dandelion capsules ehho adansedie edo so kai say innomie no ye numbum ti o so to na at the same time na onumbum eye adwuma te se bibi no me pa chaw se wo san eye DSTV subscriber we use DSTV wo fie nko ade a this month of June they what then June way so you be open movies pa open reality shows series telenovelas then DSTV is the place to be omo 61st Street Universal TV so channel 117 61st Street F Brutal every Thursday 6 p.m. It's about a young athlete who struggles to prove his innocence when he's wrongfully accused. 61st Street, you need to watch it. Channel 117 on DSTV. And Mondays in sono Mnet channel 101 a hon sono action e wo hono esewani ense wo katre. At 8 p.m. you can watch The Hunting Party our channel 101 so it's about a group of dangerous prisoners who break out of a top secret jail. FPA and 10 p.m. and sono Hollywood legend Forrest Whitaker the movie Emperor of Ocean Park amanfo agiatum papa it explores a family's investigation into the death of a US Supreme Court nominee. In the NA Ghana Parliament vete the 7 Supreme Court nominees on Mampenidi Wundin Ebabetuja. And in the case of Forrest Whitaker movie, a US Supreme Court nominee Ubi Kuno and the whole family is investigating that. It's a powerful movie. So once hope a crime and investigation ID channel 171 is for you. You can watch Hollywood Demons, a documentary which exposes Hollywood's darkest scandals on Fridays at 7 p.m. There is so much more to enjoy this month of June. All you need to do is to stay connected by dialing *759 or by using the new My DSTV app. DSTV, your home of entertainment. You don't want to miss out on the action this month of June. Atik Mohammed Akwaba na etesen
obi mi du so na we
adumia bibia
oh edenye mi ase na mama menu Kofi yako na misama ni shading.
Yes,
Enye losing a sibling. I've experienced my experience with that. And therefore, I lost my sister in 1998.
Hey. BC.
Okay. And she was then in secondary school.
Yes.
It's a terrible experience to lose somebody that close.
Yeah.
Very, very, very terrible experience. Esanze. Utu ane yo se ana enye no kre. Ana adiwe agrobi obesa bad na ni nyina would be some one big joke. Because this is somebody you see on a daily or you be when it's
me pacho mamenye interview we won't say me decided to just say honorable Stephen in team actual command MPP for so take a break from the role as national chairman and from active politics.
No,
I don't know what
he's resigning from active politics.
The family sorry, the family actual command MPP for
I don't know. I'm going to mean Roby.
Me pacho the family actual.
I think he's
the sister. I was a member of parliament, Honorable Adelaide in team, any encomo. Honorable Akwabe Ekosiisen suni. Na apomo te saying.
Mpacho na me adom ho.
O constituency ni kwa constituency ben.
Mpacho insita kwa ma before so. Mpacho central. Close to Mampong. Asante Mampong.
Yes. It is insuta kwa man beposo. Ehona ejura wono.
Eben ho.
And ejura a different constituency.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I think it's about 1 hour drive from Insita.
Oh, okay. Na yes, only honorable Stephen in team mudin mo in team into unia direct no ana.
That's right.
Like
Papa.
Oh, Papa ba. Oh, okay.
That's right.
Okay. Na let's take to the chairman of the council of elders who bet ma confirm say busuano match roll letter be say akoma council of elders chairman.
That's right.
Na musi wunia no why den opeso twene ho free national chairman any active politics.
Oh. Last week and I am planning for do a party in my friend me Mudin. And I'm with the two men say my brother Yari. And I'm with the honestly, me in Jenny, I'm a member of family now I'm taking action because I'm say Omo beka me brother and raise almost like almost stacking and I said visa. And I'm say matches. It's me buy no after na mampo ye ne dot ye nti na busy. So me decided say me your bad to me so me sister oye penny no ono na me bona male. Coincidence that me emergency me friend no. Ono friend me a ono UK what wa Ghana. So by no bisa say na wunim se braya e na me nemu he e no so ko be chi ntenra e no obae no baba mane na me so ene asem we enye ye mi no asem so they have say urgent family meeting emergency meeting because almost us na meeting so ho no mo. But ye nuano no, ye pese obeko ho na beko akoye bibi ho. So to cut everything short no. And the family ni decided say ye best all left no na. Ye dia be party no say be ya almost be yi na film na almost tunya ye o madwuma. So that is all.
Okay, not just the letter really was meant for party na for public consumption per se.
No, just I said there will be no letter back for ultimate the cover. So you need me but it's purposely for the party.
And this specifically what say a meeting we no more be no. And na on maybe and now say the duty as chairman of the party no or training who ejran chen kakra. Which is which?
I think say or chino word na kakra because they say no see a contract na ya resemu you. It's in say ma party near free then ya ma ni akọ ne health no ho. Na yen to me say no na party no so be my pressure. All those party no for letter but individually no people are complaining. Me no complaining at me but na me nim say oh yeah and so just last week I'm telling you for friend me
na me hwe mo letter ni mu a me kire abusuane letter no because udin sha say as one of those am jointly mo sign letter we into no I think the last but one paragraph mo can say as with any human even merely participating in such event will not augur well for Steve due to his current cognitive dissonance and mental incapacitation for such a high-profile event at a time like this. Not to even factor in sharing it, and we the family members reject this wrong move. In the subtly backdrop of his personal human rights. Na yeah, but we shall say okay mo ma sign ho.
Me did that here. But for me
oh, okay.
the papa the already Kingsley or Teno, to me. The deal won't but me now this and another meeting I say, there's a meeting room.
India be me kind was so crowd and said Entiasia papa.
Oh, Matthias, you have a minimum one day.
That's fine. That's fine. In this year, meaning say party ne crack can go ahead and appoint an acting chairman.
Tell me up to the party.
No, so
it's up to them.
Yeah, because of the wording of the letter, no. Say even the duty as national chairman or training who is in chain, there is a vacancy a party, no. Ebet may acting national chairman. San nam pese mi hu.
I don't know. Nipa, let's me decided for the party.
Okay.
It's a party. No, that's when you are going. Monaco police say, no more. It's up to the party.
Very well. I think it captures BBA into me dase na ye pesa confirmation into ye da se wa my confirmation no why at least all responded to treatment in kakan kakra de ye da nyame ase
see am person party ne person no so ada kan
person aka ne ho
now at least you know ya clear ho enye BBA ntia
your party from so the pressure they come be many be pa
of course.
Basana or the option to also resign officially, Anna.
Say no, who tell me obey because of the condition, and you have to take over, no, for temporary, you know.
That's fine. I mean, I don't think we should profit until the basic. Why? Baby, any why? Ekosiisen a higher Sempa FM. In a related development, the family of Ken Ofori-Atta also the statement about Monday, 16 June 2025. Ken Ofori-Atta undergoes successful cancer surgery. My husband, Ken Ofori-Atta, the former finance minister, has undergone the scheduled robotic assisted radical prostatectomy. Sure. You think we are joking? In a way, robotic assisted radical prostatectomy. This was to deal with prostate cancer, and it was done at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota on Friday, June 13th. The procedure took 4+ hours. The doctors are pleased with how the procedure went and will now place him on a post-operative regime. Kenneth has always been resilient, but this has been very difficult, with the OSP choosing the period just before his surgery to declare a red alert on him. Kenneth is bearing up well and focused on doing whatever he can to be restored to good health. Our family is truly grateful for the support and prayers of many people and pastors. Signed, Professor Mrs. Angela Ofori-Atta, wife. And an insa eshewe ase. But that looks very serious.
No, it is serious.
Yeah.
Usha, I mean, he wasn't joking. I mean, when he said, yeah. Me, my issue with him was the fact that he acted in a manner that came across as if he didn't act in good faith. Yeah. Otherwise, I heard the sabi.
Yeah.
It's me too, Obiao. Yeah. And I asked somebody, like I said, you know, when we're discussing this, we have an overzealous special prosecutor. Sanyoko ye read a little Ekosiisen.
Ekosiisen say.
No, Diana, what DNA free maba?
So why activity Interpol?
Oh my, why activity Interpol DNA see? Yachino. Wouldn't baby a papa no war. On him baby said the man had indicated where he was.
Yeah, Mayo Clinic.
Then the year class are reiterating. And what was this joke about?
Mayo Clinic is where Rochester, Minnesota.
Obianim Google on him on Google. On no to kwenche obi anko betima to akọ on to or purchase since was start on America since at the start here. The guy globe trust more than even a foreign minister. Ango peso hu na zango betima akọ interview no. But you see why am na beda hu say indeed he was supposed to undergo surgery. Ndanka ukukru na ba ha se ombewu. And how do you even probe him? I mean, sometimes they say
dead men don't talk.
How would they even? How do they talk? And you wanted a dead man on your hands. Say, oh, me kuno. Is that what you wanted? Let him restore himself back to good health, and you would have all the opportunities in the world. What is here? Issue. I think he just wanted to sound, say me, and I could say. Issue you haven't got the man. In the program, with you, because almost to Sabi.
It's on their website.
Being on their website now, Interpol forward they know. Look, they know where the man is. If they found any merit in your kind, when website your OSP.
No, but Interpol also website as well.
And I'm saying, sir, it's not just placing it on their website. If they wanted to help bring the man back, they could.
They could.
What is here?
But especially when they know where the person is.
Absolutely. You see, you declared people wanted when they are difficult to find. This is somebody now through the lawyers was corresponding with you and the rest of that. Interpol for they didn't find merit in your red alert. No, they are bound by their laws to post whatever you have brought to them.
They look into it before.
Masa, no.
Interpol doesn't look into it.
They have some collaborations with them.
Interpol before they will publish,
and then
they look into it. To see
money video. He was needlessly interrupted.
Deputy CEO, no, political CEO.
No, where the Abam microphone. They be on the auto oil and no boyadi. Kaftan or Shasu, no boyadi. What you cry, engine no crowd, engine no. Anyway, so what I'm saying is that sometimes, like I said, that office hasn't served us well. I think it's about time we thought about collapsing it. We have wasted so much money on our office, and first I wish Chairman and team speedy recovery. Yes. I wish him all the best. Indeed, especially given he's the lead. He's supposed to be the leader of the party now.
Yes.
And from the letter, no, I sense some seriousness.
Like it's serious, yeah. Cognitive dissonance.
Human rights.
Family is brutal. Cognitive dissonance.
I pray and I wish that he gets better.
Yes.
Left for me, I would have advised on resigning Preco. But taking a leave from politics and from MPP, what as it say? What is it?
Yeah.
I mean, so you can concentrate on your health. And Ofori-Atta, so we pray and wish that he gets better. No better.
Mate, Deputy CEO, Obi, Apomo yede.
Nyamedo, Obi bibia the din. Aban Papa Abba. Ghana Joe. And
Ghana.
Obi so.
Ghana
Joe. And we are from Obia or Ghana Bia say Abane Abaya, a dear hoto, a dear bre a Ghana for. Obi me bahabia no I am a can. And kind no nanka, a fool I to. Obi at the point he could do 23 Ghana cedi. And a fool Ababi do 11 Ghana cedi. And I cry and say and Tesubia Sayaba and Obi Meboa. Obi and kind of nanka dollar, you no more busu kaya. Almost a sa a year Ghana a year cedi de $1 eco cranium free a yabo chiriban. Nanka was a sa a year up $1 million. Obi Nanko best sa cedi no mako almost 16 to 17 ti uyabe 16 million Ghana cedi. But the nay Sani Pakrono we hear about Yamfana said 10.3 million Ghana cedi. And then Nipan wait me save in excess of about 6 million Ghana cedi. 6 million Ghana cedi. Unumi betumi aye. E betumi aye niyama bebre. Enti na ofa krom na no ada. De kwa bosu kan kwato ade. Nipa mi hu no obeto say kwadwo unye. Duma ma dum yenti. Ade a wo ba betoi. enka na nke toni say ye de ma wo say me na me ka che obi o say ade no na me ba beto no obi enka no mo to no 500 Ghana cedi enne no o de ma me 370 Ghana cedi wati me say obi na nse ya me nyonko bi a wo so pe fridge na wo se nka me nso ne so kakra na dienti a enne o pese okoto fridge ni say emre bi abesi atwam na nka sa fridge no a about 4,500 Ghana cedi no enne sa fridge kro no ano for 3,700 Ghana cedi obi chese wetumia service ka enne sa sika na be den ababe gude botom eti ahoto no a aba Ghana no look obi sa ahokyere ba sebe enye NDC fo enkwana ana say MPP fo enkwana ahokyere omo yenyina as Ghana man ye ho ye den ekere yen enti sa ahoto so ba yenyina ahoto no we enjoy from the ahoto enti wo se yetumi eka se ne be ya won ye di tumi ahye omo nsa no on be yire omo no ma ye ni ye na ahoto no ase aye den aba mo ama ye ho no ahehan kakra obi and make an sa obi me fa kwanya iso na me ma me nua eye Kofi enso eye yakọ se ubi bi be ka baabi obi enya de da fem in fact na me ne abofra bi ete obi me na tena from 2012 me na mafa na se me nua kuma me ne na te obi just about I think last year June 26th and me lose akwala no since 2012 we no 25 years obi and obi say enye se ebra ka baabi no obi na niema elidi man ko ka baabi ni yesi ni na me wo ho na me di mani ehunu bia obi me ni se mo baabi ne frɛ me send ya Kofi Kennedy ya I would have been able to take it Kofi oya bema to be able to sit on air and go and speak politics obi me anka to me yet committee set na so na magem obi enya easy it is not easy say you lose somebody very close to you and Kofi was able to go and sit say me kwakọ politics obi and bia me enke would have taken about 3 months and sana to me I recover and for Kofi to even come and sit here let's just say in check right but now what you ni me boa to come and sit here again Kofi wo be ma ya ma ni abusuani na yako na obi ye ka me sa no owura Steven Tim
yes
na matiti bia se ne ho mfa no at the point we beto so ne ho mfa na we abeka wo nya no kore propaganda ni ade so I was like what is happening within the NPP is it because of the internal contest even as up until today obi womo enye o madwene se ye bie enkrata musa manfo be fa eye enkrata anko contest but some people are still doing a campaign no identity na Steven Tim ye ka se ne ho mfa no na ebi muso se ampa ne ho mfa ne bi muso ne ho fa no na all ma bontene emeka se ne ye koso na nya no kore anasa ye no kore and I was asking myself all these questions na eye enkrata iba na mahunu se won ya no woka se ne ho mfa no sebe no wo ye den wo ka no kore but no be the question na maybe sana na say ye ne eye nua na ekasa no osi o ma free meeting bi Kofi wo ha o mo aye in NDC say ye wo opposition the chairman of the party and the leader of the party it's from national level ekopem even branch level no nipa of free meeting and the chairman of the party it's anyenye bia ba na say na yetimi free meeting wo breko a chairman ni mu hwe into one fresh meeting obi
well in a statement almost say they've seen a meeting general secretary and afre in that correspondence general secretary can say chairman the chair of the meeting
no but general secretary cannot call a meeting without the consent of the chairman chairman a free meeting now I catch a general secretary say okay a free meeting these are the nearby you be discussing it's informing 1 year I was over meeting so how on earth Anna your free meeting chairman in meeting
but under the circumstance where said you work no omunim say be a chairman home fa no the party cannot run.
But chairman home fanwa obi. Ye vice chairman ho.
Yes.
Eti was a vice chairman na ye den. E frɛ a meeting no. Munim say chairman home fan. Adan na say empo yam fan say vice chairman na free meeting na secretary de ko to abonten a. Adan ti no ka say chairman na ba be chair meeting. So there are a lot of answers. Secretary was a no secretary cannot chair.
Chairman
no so question na me be san say Uba NDC mo a chairman and a free meeting. And I presume say same happens within the NPP.
All the parties.
It is a chairman a free meeting. Utie a yeni sister na you party na free meeting. Omunim se chairman no to me and cause our meeting no. Eti chairman no yadi want me cause our meeting na party a free meeting. It is a meeting one free.
That's a legitimate, but it depends on the type of meeting. Yeah, I mean, what I do know, neck meetings and what you call fake meetings.
Yeah.
No, not fake. Neck meetings and national council meetings. Yeah. Usually is the chairman who calls and who chairs. But there are some other meetings.
Steering committee.
In the case of NDC, fake. Yeah, was standing committee meetings and no. It's not the chairman who calls, it's the general secretary.
And ultimate it depends on the
we don't know the kind of meeting.
Well, I think was say clarify. And Obi for me, Ubi Samia and I would have been proper say yeah papa no kwan enu ho kwan say was come to oh no say yeah papa enu ho kwan kra say was some to abonte because all the to abonte ne na ebisa ho asem na afi asem ne ade to abonte ne kra unnim ho maache na bit problematic akra and it would have been proper say come make us oh ebia me ho mfa no oje ayarehwe enti bire pamu no say ne ho to no obeba
simple but cognitive dissonance and
so
brofak is psychological trauma.
We are confined the battery more better than some baby.
Now when the bit my church I do with him. Cognitive dissonance.
And in some baby only one way.
Head of family no. Head of family knows how broken use also better. Cognitive dissonance.
Any subtlety in human rights.
No, family head no brutal. Oh, yeah, brutal. Actually, cognitive dissonance.
And so we wish him well. Yampai bonus said the home tono. Na omrana agree yeni na yena no. 1 year was a
cognitive dissonance and mental incapacitation.
Okay, I think
mental incapacitation.
Yeah, that's easy.
Now, no, you can't treat me saying Obi.
Mental incapacitation.
That's what be a program a trio.
Something you catch you.
On Gabro for
and to me, mental capacitation, no, mental.
Google.
On Google. Ekosiisen is the higher Sempa FM. Kojo Dankwatik Mohammed. Kofi Tonto anyone AD and Komo. Said your makano. A lot of issues on our table. Ebeshe na yedi ho enkomo already. Omampenyin John Dramani Mahama ashe finance minister and energy minister. So omunhwe na put in place measures to mitigate any effect on Ghana from the war between Israel and Iran. Moment after that, NAT said GRA for the statement aba say Oma suspended the implementation of the 1 Ghana cedi levy on each liter of fuel. And no ya semwa e way pono so ayebedi ho nkomo. Nurses ne nso strike they said the munyina mu nim no omo calling it off pending Neoma Abain Edbeto Pnos no Monso Etumi Aye. And a more meeting scheduled for 26th of this month, which meeting would really go into details as to what government can provide for them. Unimun so say and now the Attorney General and Minister for Justice a press conference. This time on some shocking details of the Akoso National Service Authority. In terms of ghost names and other neomana akoswa age free say enya de papa enti he said say or prepare na or the sanko for no akwa jina court ehun nsem no pinso already Donald J. Trump ebi friend the God sent Donald Trump and oba wakasa or can send bebre o twana mo nso bebre. The latest one and say the administration air consider say or some 35 countries are Ghana eka ho or the travel ban ebetre yenso. There's a free Ghana ha afi akwentu a yedeko US kwade wuntimi nko already kai say wahye say international student enya admission in US universities no wuntimi kra nko. It is a chain interview say American embassy before say bra interviewer to adwin because wuntimi nko. And yeah, number one started with Harvard there about generally all international students in all universities and NAD or consider travel ban. Ghana din account we morning in semi gui apnos when ye na yedi ho enkomo very very juicy stuff in the me say abidwafo nanim aye serious there hin quickly na
team there
yes quickly
I will break na
ba carry na men
okay very quickly chairman in team baby e obi no yesre nyame pai bo say obema na hoden by virtue of my position as political assistant to then vice president and the flag bearer na mene chairman in team dinkita ho pa almost on a weekly basis na mene ni dinkita ho enti oyobi a ye beben a sebe na mesom wona na ase enti baby obi a no ye besre nyame mpaibo e de amane se ompeja no na sene yenyina enu ni atete won frama mu se ne ho mfa no basabi obi yare de untimi mfa nkotena baabi enka ho asema na mfa nye amanyosem sisi abusua no e de abeto abonten krantina yemu bi no ye den ye ka bi enye sanka obi yare de emfa nto abonten ti ebesre nyame nhira ene na ho den e de amano se ompeja no chairman na ni afi but mijili so betimi so atena asase bi so aka ho nti nyame ema ne nkwana ne bi enka ho na ema ne nkwana ho de wo mse ne be ya emfaso di a ebetimi nso anya free no se empo wotwe ne ho kra free amanyosem mu a ye woni ema bebre a obetimi nso ayede aboa party no ene oman no nti I wish him all the best in terms of when there's a free party meeting this anema de me pese me komu because of the state of the chairman me gidi say party ni ntimi nye bibia emfamra kwan so party ni ntimi nye bibia emfamra kwan so itole bi o hampa chairman etu kwan and so a free meeting in his name at the meeting no there will be an acting chairman so what I say the first chair or the second vice chair and you know the fact say be a free meeting, you know, and say because he's still the chairman. Remember, and some of these things they are procedures. You do so, but at the meeting, you know, there may be an acting chair. Anti Inyano Santias, yes, no interest. He's still the chairman, and I will share and Krataya Busan for the buyer. One Kasawa resign, almost say or take a break. Anti you're a chairman in team that's your chairman. Sabe ohodo do na o take brand adwuma kra o ya otimi ko holidays. And no interest wa resign. He's still the chairman. Semre pemu na so no ankasa den krata abaso a resign ya. Then until then he's a leader of the party. Party ni betimi ayi bibi woni dinimu na at the event no there will be an acting. So what I say tienya there to me no. Now no me call Good Morning Ghana. And in last 2 weeks or so, ye ba ha ebedi. Menim say na last week or last 2 weeks. Ebedi nkomo fa ken Ofori-Atta. Many article in particular. Ye to OSP for. Say ade na wo ye no. One here show of bravado. Ebetimi go ani mu ase. Obi nyame na ye nana se se letter ye ba ye. Ye ra ken Ofori-Atta. Nyamia ya na domo a otiase enkwa chiri kra sanka letter yi by na kan for atik how would the OSP have felt on trans no nwene ho pa yi o kisia jime baby a obi a tie me de me kan nyansasam a me ka kire no tie ni ye say enkwa chi kra if it had been how would you have felt say you pursued a man on a sick bed? I mean,
but it has happened before in this country.
Never.
Was it good?
It has happened before.
Okay.
Was it right? Was it right?
But Obi, you say no.
Why? Me go break by you half time.
You see, Kojo, she, me no ni atik. Sa se me futu me de ma sa me jen film rebi. When tie me. Live on air or Good Morning Ghana. Me ka jen se sa me. Ye mpanyimfo ni bia ye niema kakase bia ensem fata. Ba ye mmabunu no. Ye nye careful ye nkasa yemu. Kojo sa na me kan kiro. Me gitum say in the past mpanyimfo ni bi decisions bia whether on both sides.
So what kind of sad ya na fi na ye
na sa asemu American no kojo asemu American no asemu American no ti o kojo asemu American no make what is the right thing to do. And he said if the need comes may extend there, why not? But me can say yeah ti here me say kojo when this atik edan temu na me MPP in the next 15 years, in fact 15 crowd dey be wom kojo in the next 5 to 10 years ye nyina ye be hold leadership positions say Christo and my nkwane ahoden wan hwe ya wu na obeji me obibi mu wan hwe ya me so na meden meji obibi mu enti ye politics na ye koye nim no ye make sure say your actions are correcting the errors that happened in the past. Enti say nya adantamu institution bi te say OSP na ono no perpetuate errors a ye nyina ye free say errors a we must call him to order. So look, anka my NDC nyesa my MPP nyesa me there's one thing that I'm sincerely proud of. Say ye maami jena no buku ajima ne ho dodo ono no yamfa nya amanyosem. So what I say, for the first time in our history the opposition party decided say yen fire maame no sebe ne ho adudu no nya amanyosem, and that is the Ghana we must strive for. Me can Ofori-Atta me hu no be the first time I'm who can Ofori-Atta in official duties or by Washington DC and I'm a chair no elevate them, and then a subsequent event be a makwa ase a ebi a oho bi ana me nim no be bia me din kra woni. That's the honest truth. Me nyi ni se me Kofi Tonto me gina papa no hu me kra obetimi identify me. So I am speaking on principles. In Tierra OSP, you have to be very careful in your dealings. Very, 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 very careful, because press conference na da no ye no o create the impression say ase Ken Ofori-Atta de ne yare na ebo ne ho safo hene. So kaya we all watched it. So I say you are using your sickness to get away. And I told Hamza on Metro TV, say look, let's be very careful. And they politicized it. Shena beto sampa akoye that surgery. Now they need to Interpol. Do you think Interpol ebeko Mayo Clinic akwa obi a oda sebe sick bed so? And like Atik said, yakaso be a wanted. It means something no enya kwa. Yakaso be a wanted. Largely it means that an effort is being made to apprehend the person. Yenim baby already on enam and Atik nya sanity. Now be a wonim baby or nam. Obi a wonim baby or
Jano ha bagana.
Now what Jano ha abeye esebe emrantisem e Ghana ha. Enti how do you feel? Kisia Jaben. Baby, I want to. How do you feel?
But are you not also personalizing the
I have to.
He did personalize it.
I have to personalize.
He is doing his
No. I have to personalize it because we tie the speech now. Yeah, look, Obi Kasa, look for the tone,
the gesticulation, the mannerisms,
the posturing. He created the impression, say Ken is a fugitive from justice. And I'm a boy. Me say share the mannerism, the choice of words. Be just as only nipa no personal vendetta.
Oh no, I've personal. Into no so kind of personal is out.
And now you about national service and some this one. The same applies to ERA.
Okay.
Attorney General.
Me patrol you. Ekosiisen so high Asempa FM. Mamin Kanfo company be mam your friend no. S-less Enterprise. S-less Enterprise. Dabi we nye slow so me patrol. We USULAS. Oh no. Enye Esla. We be kwa be useless enterprise. And I say useless enterprise, but I think S-less enterprise. So we pay quality, premium, and affordable generator set. And our water pumps. And our mower yedi doi. We pay papa. Me pacho. Me introduce you to S-less enterprise. Okohwa yeton brands bit say Cummins, Perkins, Caterpillar, Honda genset. Enti generator ufie no. What's in a kama?
All my family and friends is come.
Enti unya biabeboa. Almost I also ewo smaller and bigger plants suitable for hotels, guest house, and schools and restaurants. Yes. Open bigger and smaller plants so for hotels, guest house, schools, restaurants, and sorry any idea. S-less enterprise ebema obiato. Yes, I have 500 watt solar generator. A soundproof. When will be the generator is soundproof? Yes, parking is what I want to say generators here. A powerful in Canada. And a use fuel to operate a solar. Papa. Yes, I have free installation and ye deliveries within Accra. There were solar panels and so for homes and offices, which can be used during light out. Enti OPHA kwanya ye were Adregano Bridge near 69 American House. There will be also a Champon Junction or Bawaleshi, Newtown Junction at Salibutwe, and also your branch or Social Welfare Medina, your branch, and Adenta Rich Junction in so your branch. In the S-less enterprise, Yaji baby are fraying 0203 005 498 0203 005 498 and at 0248 169 258 0248 169 258. Now ni enkasa. Go TV for so who used to Go TV this month of June. Go TV so why de papa. Or more Mnet Movies 4 channel 150. Oh Charlie, stop. Go TV. Classic movies are guaranteed for you to make you laugh louder and bring out your inner child. Mnet Movies 4 is guaranteed to lift your spirit. Perfect blend of action, comedy, and drama with movies such as the Fast and Furious movies, Ocean's 8, Bridget Jones, Baby and Fall, Shrek movies, was Mr. Bean's Holiday, Newman the Bebre, The Nutty Professor, and a whole lot of movies. There is something for everyone in the family, and they get to enjoy it all from the sofa or on the go with Go TV stream. It's a fun-filled ride, and you can be part of the laugh and loud moment by staying connected on *759#, *759#. Go TV, love it. There, June, uni Go TV ako. Nekoko GB. It can DSTV the etremo. So DSTV so movies no a book reality show series telenovelas Bebre on DSTV, and also you can stay connected *759#. DSTV is your home of entertainment. And Bosumi June we dear Charlie baby uamaye. The University of Gold Coast. Sawunti omudinda na Accra Business School. They say University of Gold Coast. Na omo ye the next Great Leader Summit 2.0. Omo say leadership is not about position, it's about wisdom at the helm. Now at this summit, two of Ghana's foremost thought leaders, Dr. Mensah Tabel and Dr. Gideon Titi Ofei and Ebekasa, they would share insights to shape the next generation of transformational leaders. Theme no say makana wisdom at the helm of affairs. Date 21st June 2025 and 16th June. In 5 more days to go to this amazing life transforming event. 9 a.m. on 21st June near Shasia. Venue University of Gold Coast Hall, Accra Business School, Spintex Road. Open register you free. Oko ttofay.com/event. ttofay.com/event. Summit we ni ashada for business executives, for visionaries. We will be a unshade any vision. I'm a patron conco we still be a time or we a visionary, we entrepreneur, we a public servant, and all who aspire to lead with integrity and impact. You need to be part of the next Great Leader Summit 2.0. Into Kofi Tonto Kojo Dankwa Tik Mohammed. Yebeshe monim ewo ho kama na bibia etumi akoye bibia be mo aye comfortable bia ewo ho me ba to mama misima mienu na yentie we emra ye ba will deal with the vexed matter. Stay with us.
Fate has a way of rewriting lives. The life of a pickpocket takes a new turn after a car crash. Watch House of Crew, a brand new drama series where loyalty is a lie and revenge is the only truth. House of Crew, showing Mondays to Fridays at 8 p.m. on Aquaba Magic, DSTV channel 150 and GoTV channel 102. Aquaba Magic, Ghana's most loved storyteller.
In every community, the skyline is dotted with uncompleted buildings. Some at the foundational level, others at lintel or roofing level. Each one tells a story, a dream, a home in the making.
Because home ownership remains one of humanity's greatest desires.
Wherever you are on this journey, whether you're breaking ground, building up, or simply furnishing your space, the EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair is designed with you in mind. Join us from Friday, June the 20th to Sunday, June the 22nd at the Achimota Retail Center for the first clinic of the EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair 2025. Let's help turn your home ownership dream into a lived reality.
The EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair is powered by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and brought to you by Virtual Security Africa. Security for all. Superlock Technologies Limited. You deserve the best. DBS Industries Limited. We truly are your roof experts. The Builders Market. Bathroom, get it right. Lesh Fortune Limited. Unleashing luxury with perfection. One space at a time. Clifton Homes. Beautiful homes, wise investments. Interplast. We make sure water reaches you. Even space. Elegant Homes and General Construction Limited, where quality meets value. Ayuda, Ghana's #1 service app. App Bako Service Bebre. Drive EVGH. Drive into a sustainable future. Syntex Tank. A year strong. A year tough. EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair 2025. Dream it, own it, live it.
Hello kids, it's your chance to become the ultimate Big Chef Junior champion. If you're between the ages of 7 and 12, have the talent, creativity, and confidence to take on high-stakes cooking challenges, then send us a 2-minute video of yourself cooking your favorite meal and serve it while telling us about yourself. Then send it to our WhatsApp number 0551 575757. This is your chance to cook like a pro, impress the world, and battle it out for the Big Chef Junior title. Deadline for submission is April 5, 2025. Big Chef, good meals by kids.
Asempa FM.
Arriba! Ekosiisen, 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 Asempa FM Ekosiisen 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 Asempa FM Obinebano Obiba Obibo Obiba Obiba Ode Esempanavo Obinebano Obiba Obibo Obiba Obinebano Ode Esempanavo Obinie Ekosiisen nie Bonsoir wo mene sempa de brene mamba Obi som
94.7 Asempa FM Suni Ekosiisen Jumedie and our Sugusua Utienema Yena Munyinas and Yama Makwaba. Check with your time 40 after 5. Atik Mohammed is in our studios. Kofi Tonto is here and Kojo Dankwa for Mua Munim, a deputy CEO Emma Ghana Student Loan Trust Fund. Kofi Tonto a political aid to the former vice president Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Atik Mohammed a socio-political commentator, executive director at the Mazda. A special happy birthday to Mr. Eric Ajeman. May the good Lord continue to bless and guide your ways. From your lovely wife, Hawa Ajeman. Going out to you, Mr. Eric Ajeman. Have a fantastic birthday. This one also says, a happy 8th birthday to Giselle Mami Tiwa Owusu Ejei of Bethel Linter Academy in Kumasi. Grow in the favor of God. Okay, grow in favor with God and with men. Okay, when Jesus grew in favor. From your dad, your mom, and all your loved ones. Giselle Mami Tiwa Owusu Ejei, Bethel Linter Academy in Kumasi. Happy birthday to you. Obi, happy birthday to Monica Donko, CEO of Nana Beauty Saloon at Kintampo, Wednesday Market. May the Almighty God bless your new age. Master Planner Junior, Ewo Kintampo. Nedia Ode Abreye Enono. Enti, yada munyina ase. Let me know if you are listening to us. You can send us a message 0548 443 523. 0548 523. Na yentio. Wesa Obi, I have said it here on your show several times that Kisia Jebin, from his demeanor and posturing, suggests he has some personal scores to settle with Ken Ofori-Atta, and when the man was in office and his party was in power, he couldn't do it. So now that he is out of office and his party out of power, he's now taking his pound of flesh. As to what exactly the issue he has with Ken, he alone knows. If this is not the case, then he is so unprofessional as a blah blah. I always maintain that that office must be scrapped. Charles Quatin Edie Enono. Obi, did I hear Kofi Tonto say you cannot make public someone's ailment? Same people wanted Veep's medical condition public? Really? Elom in Tema. Or say more. Obi, did you say God sent Donald Trump? Why? A man whose friends are Putin and Netanyahu is God sent? Or say he is God forsaken? Trump. Maxwell Ewa Bokobi. Maxwell Ebi mu ushe Samuel Bryan Boabemo ene ne squad no mon friend no. God sent Donald Trump.
Why has he come to do almost God sent?
Hey.
This guy has come to cause global instability and he's messing the American economy up. Almost God sent. Then no abe.
Hey.
Oh, me beside.
God sent Donald Trump.
To do what? And what has he done? This guy is all over the place causing confusion.
But anyway, my yensha say or take ni yenhwe any of the issues our person would dedicate me part of my mintio.
That's it. Issues in there. My minister is in free. The suspension of the implementation of the
one Ghana city levy. Okay.
Last week, you can want some, and we interrogated the rationale for introducing levy and amending the component of levy to add one city. And I say even the memorandum that accompanied the bill in itself was inherently inconsistent. If I was incoherent, from the beginning, we share the upper part of another opening paragraphs now. No muka about retiring or helping to manage the legacy debt, and other things. Only to get to the end and claim that it was for the purchase of
specifically what it will be used for.
Internet is other members of parliament. Because who kind throw now and kind as your honum na. Not just say you'll be misled. And secondly, it was brought under the certificate of urgency.
Yes.
And not all MPs had access to that document even before the passage. Until you could tell, say, I did wait there na a buga bill no modikoy. And I made the point. And me ya kakrakra and say, Omuziu, because of the exchange rate gains in NT, Ghana folks should be willing and ready to pay some of the gains to Abai. No, and I found it a bit funny. Muna, you see, Mwankasa say the gains, the supposed gains are yenyano. Muni may be free. And say we nimbia Yahumbechi mbim. And yet you are claiming that this is the justification for why I say it more levies on petroleum products. What I say?
Yes.
And I made the point, say, look, baby, why we have come to the point, or how we have got to the point, you could do, it's about, auctioning the small scale mining gold, Ekoton, so that there would be excess forex in circulation. Until temporarily, you would see, say, your currency is doing well. But in the long term, the medium to long term, when reality, dawns on you, who say no, there were issues. And I also made the point about the need to, beef up our reserves instead of just selling the dollar. You see, what they were attempting to do, they were attempting to, interfere in the market in order to correct, call it exchange rate misalignment, But any modeler you can do in the medium to long term. Well, in fact, reserves, Krana. The reason why we keep reserves, and apart from the fact that it helps you in dealing with your external debt obligations, it also serves as a buffer when there is a shock. But the most important and the immediate reason you have reserves is when you see that demand for foreign currencies, you intervene with foreign currency from your reserves to buy your own local currency, so that your local currency is scarce. Then the demand for it will grow. And once there is more demand for it, it means that the price of the foreign currency also back off. So that's what. But you do it once a while. But say we are going to make it a model. Time bia reserves, so that the other functions of your reserves, to be able to help you deal with your external debt obligations, serve as a buffer to shocks and so on. So that when there is the slightest shock.
And when we can reserve in terms of cash reserve.
Cash reserves,
not gold reserve.
No, not gold. Okay. I'm going to say we are dealing with Sikana or Modibaye.
Yes.
But even when you look at our total reserve assets, even though you see Yadikakra Akoka gold, but it's not that much.
Yes.
What is it? Entianka cash reserves in a bit miabua and also na yenya na dia beton.
Na cash reserve ubetimi use gold from gold, small scale gold sika at the ability cash reserve.
Of course, so they pay you in dollars.
Gold reserve, they won't mean for small scale gold.
No.
And your gold reserve.
No, me can't. Ye cotton ye. Energy sikano. Me can't sikana ye. As for your gold, you have to, it has to be LBME certified.
Sure.
Until me can't.
Buying ton gold. When you're careful about your ton gold.
Oh, that
no, but gold board is a state corporation.
It's
a government entity.
Okay.
So my issue is that your ton and the way temporarily, and I was saying that whenever we have a shock, we'll be in trouble. And justification I had in my and say, oh, since you are getting some gains from the appreciation of your currency, and the exchange rate is appreciating. Because of the appreciated exchange rate, Musu essay Moody gains be Emma buying in the form of Sawan CD levy. But the argument is that if there is a shock which is going to affect the performance of your currency vis-a-vis the dollar, because enuna yeta di ejuma. It would mean say the exchange rate is going to shoot up again. And some amendment na yedi buy say anytime there is a shock, we spoke about the absence of a sunset clause.
Yeah.
What is here?
Yes.
Entina Memika say, look, you cannot use the temporal rise or strength of the cedi as a basis to charge us to pay our one cedi because then him said this is not a currency that what is here.
Yeah.
And for the most part, it's not as if it's me from baby now. What is here? It's not doing too well. And then how we saw the temporal stability, and whatever you want to call it. Well, where it came from, and the monetary authorities know, as well as the fiscal authorities, they know said this is not sustainable in the long term.
Yes.
Until if idea onim say is sustainable, no, would the year basis to charge us to pay Sasikano, BBC or Chinanko. What happens to us? What is here?
Yes.
And that is why I was advocating and said, look, this is not a levy that should be tolerated. If at all, minka say abayma abayin jiska, ESLA components na and we have discussed it. Say it's been amended 3 times. The last amendment, we introduced some new levies.
Yes.
But nina usho components na say be 47 pesos, 28 pesos, 4 pesos. What is here? You can say national electrification scheme, the public lighting from 5% of kilowatt, hour, to 2% and 3%. Until there's a way we can readjust these ones without 1%, one city that would do 2, so no. It's over 100% of total. You can say ESLA who count all the components. Boomer. It's more than 100%.
All the margins, the crack.
Me see what well, watch us here. So. I'm not saying that Emma buying review. If you feel say, oh, there are some components we can review the levies kakra, but once it over 100% is unconscionable. And money here Ukraine say the justification na omode mano. One you give us a artificial, stability, and say this is not sustainable. Now so you are using that as a justification. Say ye jina enoso e dia charge mo. Enuna Sabi we didn't anticipate
ranking on Economy and Development Committee said it should not just be suspended. Said
it should be scrapped.
Also, they should withdraw the whole policy, the tax. I
agree.
The law should be repealed.
Me, that's my argument too. That's my no. That's my argument too. Because the very justification for introducing it, is unsustainable. What is here? And like I said, if we have to look at the various components of ESLA, 5 pesos, 2 pesos, yes. We can do that. But to introduce one component, is more than 100% of Ninina Kakabuma. It's unreasonable. What is here? And the most important thing also is Usha Ninina Yasia Disikanu Kotofuel.
Yes. Liquid fuel.
Whether liquid fuel or whatever, it is still fuel.
Sure.
But you see, they didn't specify liquid fuel in the amendment. Almost to purchase fuel and almost liquefied fuel.
In the memo.
I didn't see liquid, but if it is
okay,
liquid,
let me check.
If you make it that specific, what if you have issues with lean gas?
Yes.
And you have to rely on HFO. The law by this construction would buy you from buying HFO.
Earmarked, the levy will serve as a dedicated source of funding to the energy sector, and the proceeds will be earmarked for the procurement of liquid fuel for power generation, given that the current electricity tariff paid by consumers does not include the cost of fuel used for power generation.
So Ukraine is even problematic. When you say thermal plants, they use.
It's not even true. That's what I'm kind of. It's not true.
They use liquid fuels.
Yes.
Yeah.
But whenever we run short, we rely on heavy fuels.
Yes, some of them. So
if you are saying, say, by this construction, say liquid fuels, now gas, sometimes sometimes the availability cry is even a problem.
Sure.
So when we talk about fuel security, it's not just your ability to pay. Sometimes the availability is another issue. Maybe we kita sike, but liquid fuel in you, and you have to rely on heavy fuels.
What would you do?
By this construction, what would you do? But again, it brings me Mika Bibi last week said, why does it have to be government paying for fuel?
For the IPPs.
That's the point. Why? Let them come and give us a quote. Say, if I generate power with my own fuel, this is how much I'm going to sell the power at kilowatt hour. This is how much I'm going to sell it at. If Aban finds that this is reasonable, you purchase. If you think that there are many more vendors who are willing and ready.
Do you open it up?
That is the point. Invite as many people. Let them come and compete. But look, Omo said,
truth, it's something I've raised with the energy minister. Say, as part of the reforms also undertaken, I am looking at seeing something in that regard.
If doing this means they have no interest in doing that.
Absolutely.
That's the point.
Absolutely. I mean, it was before this
one. So it means they have no interest in doing that. But going forward, in the medium to long term, that is what we should be doing. I mean, UK distributors, they go and buy from Nkrofo Mamu generator. I buy in Tofwell Mobia. The utilities that are state owned, maybe we can have a conversation. But I even believe, Krase, they should be efficient to the point that they can procure their own fuels. Watch myself. But yeah, look, power IPPs or Omonyan fool. Say, we will buy fuel for them to generate, and they sell it to us.
Look, and if the fuel doesn't come, because they are conditioning the agreement with you, fuel now man no much won't for fuel
can't do anything.
That's it. Me capacity charge.
That is why they sign those agreements, And look, me see IPPs Omonyan fool. Say at no matter what, they are making money. Whether they produce for us or not, they are making money. Whether what matter of fuel, won't mean to fuel, they are making their money. Until would the pressure better so said, Coimbias, when I saw top fuel,
those are the incentives you should give them to motivate them to come.
I just asked you.
It's not true.
It's not true. Okay, this cannot be an incentive.
Last week I read that. It's not true.
And I'm asking you, say UK, are they giving them that kind of incentive? And elsewhere, Minyanti Kra say, this is Africa and Ghana and some other countries now. They are exploiting us.
Yeah.
And it's because, look, this may sound a bit controversial, but that's the truth. Procurement benefits.
Last week,
Masa, you do not person can your person can. Awesome.
Now the national service they are now absorbed. Come in you.
What is your problem? Your person can be an hour.
National service they are the men who say person. We are
national service.
Go you down when you are not admit now. Your person can kawasem. Nem person mi kana maka. What I say?
Yes.
Until the advocacy, say and then say take you off.
Yes.
It's not just about suspending the implementation. The entire idea should be scrapped. Now there's even a shock. Look, in the coming days, the war between Iran and Israel is going to affect crude prices.
Yes.
It's going to affect our exchange rate. Not necessarily, directly, but it would affect other variables. I bet you exchange rate.
It will, because
what
the prices will go up. You now need to bring out more dollars to go and
absolutely
the same quantity.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's going to even disrupt supply chains beyond crude. There is going to supply a lot of supply chains, which and also
now war and so it doesn't look like it will be ending in
it just began. Who share the way I see the afena amount for Kenya. It means we have a long road ahead. We should look. They should send it back to Parliament and repeal. Repeal says how the government now you can.
No, you take it back.
So they should take it to Parliament and repeal it. Now let's together think about other innovative ways of raising money. And look, I don't know what's the tenure of the IPPs are signing power purchase agreements with us. 10-year agreements.
No, say increase. Be more. Also, we are renegotiation. No. Some of them are 5 years, maybe 10 years. Can hold any identity.
Aguvado time na renegotiation.
Yeah, renegotiation. But I know also, say this government will be doing renegotiation. A team is being put together to
renegotiate.
Yes, some of the terms, A team will be announced soon to do that.
Renegotiate tariffs now 10 years. What are they going to?
The agreement with the
IPPs. Also the agreement with the IPPs. Which which informs the omo.
Sorry, I meant
cost per kilowatt.
Cost per kilowatt. And then I'm going to
yes.
That's what they are going to negotiate. How about the killer clause? No, take or pay. No,
and the makers take or pay. No, when you speak to the expert, they will tell you that those you cannot do anything about them.
No,
because you need that to incentivize the people.
Why do you need that to incentivize? Look, if I'm a producer and I know there's a market for my produce, all right. Now if I produce what you need, and they say there should be maybe an agreement with distributors, and they say once I produce, they are available. You can buy what is here, but do not intentionally say oh, once you agree the kilowatt per hour price, I mean kilowatt hour price with me. Once we see me per do say then I produce, you should be willing to take that. What is here? But this idea of whether I produce or not, it doesn't make sense. Okay. It should be take. I mean, once take and pay. It's take and pay. But take or pay, it doesn't make any sense. We can renegotiate the terms to remove the or and insert the end. If there's a kind of negotiation over idea, then it is well and good. But say a negotiation now which is just about I don't even know what they are going to negotiate.
Some of the names I've heard who would be on that committee, looks interesting until we see.
No, interesting as in they have the power to make this happen and
they have the necessary experience and know-how.
Experience and know-how.
Yes.
I'm sure Akufo-Addo, they also had the necessary experience and know-how. But were they able to overturn that clause of take or pay? No? Boom. And finally, media, I think, sir, it's very important, sir. Our buying should be consistent, and I'm saying this because one say a married deal. No, what was the reason why the managing minister then was fired?
Sir, the negotiation agreement.
That's the point. Say he had negotiated an increase in tenure, but in return he got lower per kilowatt. Cost.
Yes.
How different is that from Akufo-Addo with IPP's number sign is pay or take or pay?
No.
Is it not the same?
Yeah.
So how come the minister was not fired? No wonder his government had troubles trying to survive because there was internal inconsistency in even the way Onwangasa was approaching things. If you came to meet, and yes, NP before a married deal nearby, move 2 years, and you promised you were going to review it, and once you discuss certain things with businesses, normally plans are you can't come and say okay, me unit cost so never me and maintain the same tenure. So the trade-off is that I'll increase your tenure so you are able to recover your cost, but in return, you have a minister who set up a committee on your instructions. We got the innovation agreement, and that became the basis for you to fire him. But subsequently, you got people did the same things and they were hailed, so they were able to renegotiate the agreements. If you have a government and you are inconsistent in your decisions, and I hope, sir, Sir committee should not just be another committee to go and blow tea and come to a conclusion. Say, to some 1 cent, 2 cents. Yep, what the killer is.
The elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room is the take or the. In fact, is a preposition. No, is it preposition or no? Well,
it should be.
Yes. Or no problem. Remove it and replace it with end.
With end.
That is all we're asking. And in the experts now more experience and knowledge,
yes.
If they are able to do that,
very well. Mamintie Kojo Dankwa na ansana baba Kofi Tonto. Kojo medensem na gupuno ne so de opese udi hu nkomo mamintie o.
I take 25 minutes.
No 25
15 seconds.
No, that's I don't want to say a lie.
It's a lie.
How many minutes?
That's untrue.
It's 5:45 until 6 o'clock. And I'm
also 5:45. And I'm buying. Also 6 o'clock. Who is lying? Also 6 o'clock. About why?
25.
Oh, about him. Will be about him.
Kojo me patro kasa meet you.
Why more than 20 minutes?
You the kasa upa for time,
Obi.
document here there.
Obi, don't worry. Mami chia na mi chia.
Ajo so bi ajo.
Atiefo.
My microphone number from Kitwe bi.
Say this issue of one CDR ya de ka ye petro ho amagana fo atua no. Last week extensively ye di ho komo.
Yes.
Eti nanka me hwe anim say sabre ya ba ya o se nke bebo aban abaso. Say was suspended that a year at the end one anko de ba. Because this is a listening government, Obi. Obi, there were times in this country as well.
Yes.
Many kwaju dankwa enemy forum for development and accountable governance. Obi. We toured marketplaces, we toured trotro stations. Ya konsore, ya ko mosque. Eko kasa fasa adia no mo de ba 11 Obi. Me say Obi wa out how can ho asem Obi. You na Ghana from a kola we di in fear baako. Eko pim the last person Obi. All of us spoke against 11. I think Okabi or Arawan Kabi. 11 didn't you speak against 11? You spoke against it, Obi. At the end of the day, my young so sa time no see listening president. Send your listening president ya. A man for kasa would see no Obi. Me say ka 11 you
from 1.5.
Obi, akwa you try. Yentua. Obi you try Obi eh. Oh 11 wo. Na mo ntiase papa. Obi. The way 11 you need to ya Obi na you ye transaction Obi. After what you say bibia fluid yenim. Obi. No, but that is a fact. Obi, that is a fact.
If you look at it,
for phone no to na mama phone frɛ. Say enya me Kenya no kra. And we had people on betina studio about buying a basus buying a yard. Say yes, I 11 or J. I went to Ghana for you sufre. Obi, omode a COVID-19 tax buyer. I said many a catcher buyer. A dear Yanka. A dear Yanka Okroma. I buy it here. I buy 90. And so right on the money Muhammad you say, okay, Ghana for Makasa ni di kind or the or twen so kakra say you postpone a year your friend's implementation. After you see there be postponement and you fan ton chain na suspending answer
munyi free.
Oh ye be mid-year a year budget minister Asha Bosse mid-year budget to be Obi.
Look, kasa media budget will be
na okay
na me fa asem nto
no ka den
o say e was say oye a comprehensive reform of your VAT system.
Our promises obey.
Sure.
Obi, I was say wo Obi and Ghana for manage. Then there was manage and say you buy. Hwe to ahodo a ya be yi e de afiri ho. Hwe to ahodo ya be yi de afiri ho. And as a Ghanaian Obi, me at the time when Akufo-Addo this had to only babegu yensu ye kaseti aye no. And the difficulties we had to go through. Obi, yeni aje say Owura John Dramani Mahama the listening a president. What be yi sa to ni na afiri. And we say a year one city no. Was suspended no. And I idea wasn't katiko bet na hey. O bon sam e de Owura John Dramani Mahama say Owura John Dramani Mahama why idea.
Why did
because in the very first place, you know, Obi wo ho a ono de o de ba na wo ka say o ka no kra no ye den o ye ne mo Akufo-Addo ene MPP amamuo ni na ye hu okrom a Obi eti eno no ye da Owura John Dramani Mahama say o ye ositie na se be onye Obi a wono no o ye tintintintin na mo ka sam o ye den o tie Obi udi no to nchan a afei ye mra ne yakoso wo mamu a Obi abo oman no na ede oman no akoto ayamna dongo Obi
ngidi no wan kere
eno ye de he no
Obi
yeah
krono akoso okrom ha o krono akoso ewo krom ha. And you see Obi e was said da bia no se yekoda ye danyankopon asese waboa ama yasesa abanya na ye MPP aban because he yasesa MPP aban Obi anka sa krono akoso okrom ha no Obi anka ye bebre pa but nyankopon ba mu etimi sese aban eno nenne ama ne course na no ye ye da edipie Obi en chai kra eye fie do etwamu ana eye minister for justice and attorney general eye ensenkyerefo nhyiamu na obi nsenchefo nhia mu oye nyina ne se eye aban adwumaku a ye frɛ no eye NSS na NSS no eye ade a emra na atie se ye nuano mo mawie eye university a omo ye Ghana for so ko school Ghana so ko school amanone sa nipa no wie enko ade a upese oye adwuma o Ghana ha ansa na e be fa ho no e wo se why NSS anasa national service untimi mie company obi so owie university na be so ko bie company na wonya national service eni ho kwan kra se company ne ye den ye bie ma aban ntimi for adwuma private aye person ntimi for adwuma eti ayade a ye de aboa aye oman no eti obaha ye nuanom nkuma a omawie aye university no omuwie aye university a wo mo ba na one by fill forms university the list aba na ya kire say okay asumasi owie aye school we or ye course we it is abre we wie na wo say ye posting no kwa national service and a service to the nation na eno no ana ya fa mpanyinfo a omo da saa secretariat e for the national service no ano say omo nhwe na saa aye ye nuanum kuma omba ye national service no ye be kire ba bia aba ko ye adwuma na bosomi bia so a obi ya tumi di bi kakra to mama wom a ye friend allowance na oma tumi nso de twetwetwa omo ho because obi wo ho no mo a enye ne pe se ofiri osi no na mom ye de no ato ebi abolega obi wo anya ne pe se ofiri nkran na ye de na ato eye tamale enu nti obenya bibi kakra na ono nso de twetwetwa no na obi sika kakra ye nuan benya de twetwetwa omo ho no anna nipa bi a akufu ado amamuom wo fa awom se executive directors anasa won ya won kohwe national service na won toto ne aba no woma fa kwati kwan so abogana krono a obi sa krono no yanti bia bakosem da na uhwe ayesa report ye ba ya eye ora operation recover all loot wo mo hwehwe mu a ano wo ye no na eye your friend say Fourth Estate ede eye wo mo so investigation akra ma ye ede koma wo mo a omo so mo present the ma attorney general present ma president ma ho kwan say yenye eye hwehwem no na wo hwe eye oral report na this is one of eye oral report eye mu hwehwem obi na obi ubegie di say eye sa national service ade aye ka ho asem emre bi abesi atwam yenya eye vice president bia no say ono de wo digitalization edi me pa obi ukai and then I'm sad you no suntino agencies and state agencies na no e sha say so when ye na ye digitalize obi ana meboa it's national service on the your friend say in 2022 ana Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia no ye vice president then aye nuan be friend no digital man e call national service obi na odu national service no the then executive director aye friend no osei SB ekeka ekansemfo bi obi a mo ankasa mo twegu ma fidie no so a mo publish ye eno obi ensemfo ni bi kura me wa ha obi tie nie pa wo hwe eye we ya document ye kura me ya obi me another one wa ha we ya my joy online 1st February 2022 1:31 p.m. and you publish ye we so ya graphic online and also 2nd February 2022 obi tie o say digitalization of national service operation save nation 112 million Ghana cedi. Let's see how say making the disclosure during an unannounced visit by Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to the NSS head office in Accra last Monday. Mr. Entry said the introduction of the metric app, which combines facial recognition technology and identity card checks for verification and validation, has so far blocked the enrollment of 14,027 potential fraudsters onto the scheme for the 2021-2022 service year. It's almost say one more akofa a app biaba and as one akofa a friend is saying jumadi bi a abefo at the aba sa jumadi no bi boa abesi kwan say obi ani din national service and krata mu no want to me ma medicine free national service obi little did we know say sa app no almost omo de aba no na no mom no mo de be boy nkro no and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia abon sam ma osiasi be ne nkrofo say o makofa sa app na ba ye bisa o nti Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia no nim say app no mo de be bokro no ana otena ase wan ka ho hwe wan nya ho eye bibia ana ne ye de sa app ya boy nkro no aban a wo so de digitalization di aban a wo say wo de obe digitalize na waboa ne yi ghost names e free ho and now so you for 14,000 wo the more than a year it say obi numbers about 63,000 ghost names and now the ababa she a year ketua homa obi and sadie we nyina ekwo and obi krono no mo boy no it was a well calculated a year krono na ye nuan mo boy obi ma me nkyerɛ ne di kan wo hwɛ a year adie ya omo so omo de ba ya omo yi a year nsaman din afira ketua homa mu ya yewura ato forcing emna e be take you over na ka se da bi wo hwɛ a year national service list ye omo de abai ne a year figures ye omo de abai ya me jimi di se bibi wo mu a wo se yehwehwem eti order a year head count obi order head count no obi e be da di se 81,885 ghost names were in the national service a year payroll. Adia no so ma yi 14,007 na free mu no obi omu yi 14,007 na free mu no ana omo de 81,000 aye ghost names ba be shame eti ato force order say yenko ba bia wo national service bia yenkan national service fo a e wo sa anwuma no obi ye kan national service wo sa anwuma mu no na omo de 81,885 names aye ghost names ono omo de abehye akatua homa mu a busumi bia no obi omo de gisika edigo botom. And it was a well orchestrated obi plan. Aye nuanom omo ye den omo ye. Obi hwa eye sika ye hweye in that enterprise alone obi. In 2018-2019 obi sika ye hweye 250 billion 857,836 Ghana cedi tete hode no.
Ghana sika nyina
tete hode no. That be na botre me can old currency cities that was cities
it really about current one and
na me wi am be da kwai obi 2019-2020 21,613,962.24 pesos. It's a no 210 billion obi
move to the
and obi 210 billion onim sika nyanke be to be dia obi hwe kwa mi krom eye osino ne mpatam ko hwe ka kwan ya po atete apansam na nado ofi eye promantem hwe ne promantem akwan na sei ensuo kura no aye benom kura edin want me afa se asika yi obi amma ensuo want me afa amma ya kwan amma nipa kakra bia gisika ya koso mboto ma disika no ase no kwa
obi are all allegations for now
obi they remain allegations but you see obi and some no dey me ba obi hu say they are not mere allegations keke do court na be hu obi 2021-2022 61,383,025 Ghana cedis 61 million obi 610 billion me pacho wa wutie mi ye 610 billion obi that's 110 million obi esikakuma na ye wo ye nuano mo a wo mo de o musika o matete o moro ma ye adwuma mfie bebre na o de o musika akọtọ aban bond na aban so mitimi nya den entu o moka na sika ne defer wo breku a aban mu nkrofo efa 61 million Ghana cedi edini kwa obi ebinim for mu yo we had in this country amount for maame no mo soa no mo nanane mu a obi o mu guye because of DDEP and obi me bua former your friend say Supreme Court judge empo ababe case ne koso na nye ama ka won a obi nu okọ demonstration obi uya no to nche obi 2023-2024 31,881 Ghana cedi 157 Ghana cedi obi ukani ni na bomu a about 548,333,546 na obi 548 million no about 5 trillion titi hosika no obi si asi hihye sika we obi agu articulator mu a be hihye free akoguru bolgatanga sika abamu nkrofo obi ewi aye anase yemfa ne se allegedly omi wi aye enko anu no ye hihye 200 Ghana cedi from ha to bolgatanga omawia omadisika no asika no ni ba bia sika no afa obi wi no so to nkyaya odim ne masa ade we eyehunu obi ne masa ade we eyehunu ne say obi National Service aye Secretariat owura Yusuf owura aye Osiesibe ene oba no a friend gifty oware ono dia me nanya encounter na ye wi aye baba ho obi unuma dia no ye ne omo ye ne say omo prepare a budget na wo say aban agency bia no say your friend say afi ne beso a mo prepare budget na mo de akọ a finance ministry no mo de akọ a parliament budget na wa mo prepare no say numbers na a national service a prospective a national service personnel no say 2000 obi no ma say 4000 no mo de call finance ministry na finance ministry they call a parliament dey to mu wi after 2000 you to we na 2000 aka wachire no o ma tro de akoma finance minister say oh yeah ss no e kai no fama ya ne fa nko national service ye project obi omo di sika na mo so fa nko national service ye project na omo ka ho asem no a na omo di good national service project account ni mu obi na omo transfer sika no de akomo individual account no na omo di sika no kwa and we sat on this obi aban no ehunu ni ekoso anhwe ama emra ene saafo nyina anya den ani mene ya duru ba bia ya den ya duru no obi ade ba ko so a ekoso ene ne se wo ha a verified national service personnel from the period under reviewer it was 587,543 national service personnel now so wo hwe sika ye tuaye a gives etuaye obi wo hwe nipa gives tuas kama omo was 650,165 na che say omo pile within a certain period no about 63,672 aye ghoster omo di shame and obi eno na man ye me wan say all of these things omo timi hwe man aye nhwe ha man cause obi he ba bia me ye adwuma ye di isu ti ne tuaka na osha the measures are ye dey gu akwan mu a ye dey prevent a ghost name
also ka so mo the measures gu akwan
obi here ma mention
o kasa no was
no obi hold on you see we are not going to do that
okay
obi there is no way we will do that
that's fine
because you see ma mention some of the measures are oba and this is for our education oba a student loan say osuani no apply for student loan online we are obi or apply we are you be say no message say call any of our zonal offices na call na yen verify who apply mind you do Ghana card na apply who do honomo ye do umore ni kokromoti ACC verification machine so na ya hresa nyenye bia asumasi obenti a wo bo Ghana card no eye wo anasa enye den enye wo ya sa verification wo zonal office ni bia unwie obi ya the details no from our zonal office by your head office near the call disbursement a year your friends at department wo so ahwehwe mu ahehunu say no ne de aba no ye no ankasa ye mfa bi nye den emfrem ne de move ye free ho obi ye de akoma internal audit ahwehwem ohwehwem wi a ye de akoma gifts na gifts for obi omo so validate ye hunu say switch number ye nkofo ye provide ene ne amomo de abai indeed these are the people and omo ye validation ni wi ansa na omo de abreye internal audit asenya hwemu bio ansa na de account ansa na finally accounts are ordered for the payment to a friend is saying the switch account if you have these validation processes obi it will be very difficult say you would have somebody intruding and obi look unim say a national service under these people no now this validation a gap say no now omonye sa validation oh yeah
no
they were not doing that validation no omo ya na say omo form numbers na no omo dey come give say ye wonipa 20,000 timunya den muntua omo ka whether a card na ye papa o say nye papa o na gibson so omo dey say omo na mo dey abaso muntua no ma ye den omo tua. So they were not doing that validation, and it was deliberate. Almost said that because no one say a quiet before so a bit maybe yes it can. Yes, I can so. Oh, you are not so to entire.
Now, for no see what I mean.
No, be not something. I maybe shall see any.
I think I was shall.
Oh, Miss any. Obi
Nabote. Your last point should be that one.
Obi Nabote.
Kasa 604. It's 623.
It's 623.
Obi, would you make the man no baby? Obi. Unim ade baako a me kwadweda nkwa mete ya me se na ade na koso e wo man mu se say o executive director of national service onya national service adwuma ni bi obi onye bi and so our switch card obi switch card no ye ko hwe so no within a period of 1 year service year obi within a period of 1 year no na sika e dia kogusu ye 8 point something million Ghana cedi tete ho esika 80 billion obi anegu eye switch card so aya your friend saying security for ye say ye be hwehwem ye bo accounting ko ni fie e ko hwehwe ni wardrobe hwehwe ni nkrata mu a ye ko ya switch card no o pia ta ba bi obi anete hoyi almost in tempoma no baby and omuyi ko hwa anyine bia na ne din na woso na your question is one no executive director no anyine bia obi national service no bia na this switch card not the head e ba ne say na 8 million Ghana cedi and over na what switch card na so and a partner say this was a well orchestrated plan to siphon monies from the kitty of your friends and the states. Oh, Jani Awoyeno. From the kitty of the states.
Mindful say they are.
No, but we have all said say these are allegations.
Okay. No, you are sounding.
But I'll be the finally. I will gifty or what I need the end crowd you. Gifty or what a mensa need the no papa. Obi gift or what a ni attorney general kind ono was that nase and BGD said this was not an orchestration or no just within a year 1 week or 2 weeks me sure say by 1 year or nase 1 year and no plan. And you see this some of these plans obi in countries like ours it doesn't happen. Some of these plans uko UK uko US and no more sophisticated plans say the bokrono say obi me and say what the national service allowance Ekosiisen awowa and what the J besia from ADB and what the J besia from ADB obi I think mama for
unim say timi dey no say
obi or the national service allowance Ekosiisen awowa and what the J besia from ADB and you say obi anya me wan say national service allowance and pempi delay no over here no 4 months ni entu a service personnel for ka 6 months ni entu o ka. It is because of some of these things obi ni oye na say wo fa wo obi wo particulars o Ghana card no particulars and no the call registrar general and no could be a company without your notice and no kra no obi ya dey tomra and obi anya sa na tie and no use amount for particulars it could be a company na one you use on particulars no they were not aware. So obi use some particulars that could be a bank, could be a company. Obi a company ni we obi. Ano president or no ankasa ni kunu and bema no kra na ho ya me wama. Bema sebe what is kawari oba. Now say lawyer ni obi. Now your president we am wako say company no ya bie no. Oh yeah part of the directors we breko on your director of the company. Then you went and misrepresented. And I will say you are part of a directors of the company. Now we can call for my company no wamoma a national service personnel and near mama motor on high purchase and nuntino ADB mamusika send your bay move me that on your man colano na national service of what ten kakra na mude tuaka and I'm de could see our obi and I'm de J a besia and I'm de J besia ni no a patch say omako dada even AD before no. One of the J business no and a sicano bedam no obi almost diverted sicano into about 4 companies. Yes, anyway near the Kuma company way, near anyway near the Kuma company way. An investigation have revealed say companies no almost any scan come out obi. A year gift your worry. It's a director to one of the companies a diverted sicano de come out. And niyako si ya dia obi. Minu as a good citizens no I was here to make ho asem I was say 1 year yes I dey no be me I believe that sikano akwa nkofo ne nsa no akwa won nsam no enye we no nko a na kwa won nsam empanyinfo bi ka ho a wo mo a champion of digitalization obi me gidi say sikano bi kwa mo
mamena say Kofi Tonto
obi yetio we me here very quickly last week minister Lebetu just said telcos the data prices be
communications minister
my main country Samuel George say enye the here say method data 399
Ghana cedis
for 14 gig about you no na Ghana for here
yes it is so
okay obi say me metimi ato millions of Ghanaians cannot buy it.
That's all almost say the MTN the increment of 15% no at for all data bundles. So
you are not getting my point.
It's not the increase.
The point I'm making is that see what Ghanaians need is that the telcos will offer different bands of pricing.
Okay.
What the telcos do is it be a 10 CD for 530 megabytes. Then all of a sudden it drew bear 30 CDs. I'm just hypothetically, I don't have it exactly. Yes. All of a sudden it drew bear 30 CDs for 2 giga. Then they jump from that to 399 for 214. I mean, what they can say? There's no in between. So then what the average Ghanaian does they say obey mashup. And obi catch them say every day be your mash up 30 CDs. That will give you about maybe about 5 giga. That's every day. So that person may end up spending 900 CDs on data every month. You see how the telcos are making money. So don't go
and even the price of data is too expensive.
Don't go and hide at the top. So 399 for 214. How many people can buy 399 at 214? And today say Sam George and say ABR 10 CDs, 15 CDs, 20 CDs, 30 CDs, 50 CDs, 70 CDs to 333 something no.
But my understanding is that you have 10 CDs. Yeah. Ubenya 15% increase in the value of the bundle.
Increase in America, and the value in America.
Okay.
I'm talking about the payment bands.
Okay.
The or pricing bands, I should put it. The pricing bands and then and it's a person who said data boy you see there is the affordability of it, and then the affordability of it may not necessarily be say be a boarding, but so that the average Ghanaian be able to afford it. So what I say, and chichemu kakra, that's the point I'm making. Now high school student or person who taught 20 CDs on only a good amount of data worth 20 CDs.
Okay.
But we should have man 20 CDs no man be 1 gig. It's every day be about 20 CDs 1 gig when you ban hoso bosom no at 600 CDs. You're still not being fair to the person. But meanwhile ubetimi any 20 CDs, 30 CDs, 40 CDs na be 20 no anya be 6 gig, 7 gig. Reasonable. But who didn't you know Kosha? Yes, maybe I Kofi Tonto they met me ato. But what about the other people? Then also, we usage in the crown. You bet me about 214 gig. But Obi
2 is NASA.
Within 2 is NASA. So you ask yourself, say,
who will be monitoring?
Who even monitoring? Because maybe America, you have unlimited data, okay? But say AT&T and now T-Mobile now unlimited data. You see that at the end of the month, where you saw a 50 gig, when you use up to 50 gig, it starts tethering, meaning it slows down a bit. But when you saw a 50 gig, but Ghana, who bet you 150 gig just on your phone? So you ask yourself, say, who is actually measuring the true usage of the data? But and you know, buy another time, remember. But I just wanted to prick the mind of the minister. Said the why it's not enough.
A year by he should do more.
It's not enough at all. Now, Obi, you see, me kasafa kisi ejaben hodiano. Me kachiro say there is a danger in what the Attorney General is doing. And obia wetie me nebiano. So wo hwe djuma kodwo dan kwa di na wie ya e confirm me point na me kan pepepe because you see the kodwo dan kwa ye na numero obi betimi afa ebo ana sekan ana ba e dia bo gifty o wa retrim no wa ye no bone
ana se o se SB
ona o se SB because you see you have unfairly set up the person to be prosecuted and persecuted. Because you see, Minia, and some now can say, oh, can Enya Ghana ni bia na wo even the legal understanding of ensem a wo kan. Ana enya Ghana ni bia na ti ensem no kra wo kan ase yie papa. Cause obia no bia na ho din gina. De otia ne say wo kasa no so wo ma bokro no. You kept emphasizing for about 15 minutes and so na obi etwe adwen asi so. Of course. But you said it emphatically. But here na unya sa ahoɔden free Kwadwo dankwa. Unya sa ahoɔden free. The Attorney General of Ghana. You see, the Dominic Ayeni no. Dominic Ayeni or whoever is whatever his name
Dominic Akuruntinga Ayeni.
What that man is doing is so dangerous and is so unfair. Hey, Unim. Okay, asamoa. Okay, asamoa. Okay, asamoa. Meba. Okay, asamoa. Okay, say allegedly. Yenua your friend is saying A+ I can't find home. Did you see how Papa ne try say obe cleaning himself? Okay. Say ya de to ne so say wa ne abrantie bi de Dr. Sledge na wa ye say how ayeni try say obe cleansing ho say asam ne nya no kre.
Yeah.
So you saw it.
Yes.
He put up a spirited defense to the extent say obe catch as a politician ben en ko jisika enfri nkofo ho. But ayeni, who is Dr. Sledge? Sika ba na akwaji free ne ho. And now kwaji sika no free no ho de dey na promise no. Who is he? Who is Dr. Sledge? And then akwaji wa be catch Ghana for they all promising Dr. Sledge. And one be catch Ghana for adie nkofo kan fa Dr. Sledge huntia. People had questions about him. But you see, as the Attorney General, you can't say asem to so den we are. It would try say ube clean ho. But who would try say ube clean ho no? We are now wabe set up a platform. Now the Ghana ni abetoso. Then you see what Ayenini is doing is not prosecuting. No. He is persecuting. Political persecution. Because you see, the Atiane say, and now Obi, Opa Sigana Bontin. Meba Sigana Bontin. Oh, please, I'm talking.
Hey, Kofi.
Please, I'm talking.
Last week, last week, and so him son no kasa last. Mamanenka Godfred Dame, Nia Godfred Dame ye okuru. Mamanenka,
he's not a subject.
that one was not persecution. And then they persecute you. Hey, Kofi,
obey. Why a thesis? Oh, co school thesis one. Thesis cry one tron.
Percentages no numbers.
Thesis cry one tron. Obi who assembly what me print 100 pages there better.
Where you know press conference.
You see, Obi. So there at the point I'm making is Ayeni se ukojina mero mua. Ayeni ukojina mero mua. Look at yourself. You think you deserve fairness. You think you deserve to clean your name. You think you deserve to protect yourself. We are now in Kofi two pedestals, and you set them up for attacks. But when my dear Yapa, I think when him say up to now, you need docket on national service.
Can you
believe it? Unbelievable. We are Attorney General. The Ghana for share free or any charade.
Counts not the economy.
Me back. Please.
Referring to the docket.
No. He doesn't have any docket.
Also,
the same thing.
Every vendor see the time that find the docket. Me what the docket?
On for metre. Who docket a fako court?
That's what saw the court.
Please.
Let me ask him now. Okay.
Please let me talk. You put your docket together, and then I have heard another bogus argument. Oh, Kojome Kasa, please. I'm bereaved. I beg you.
Hey,
I'm begging.
No,
they said you're black.
Oh, no.
Kofi, because of it, you see,
Another bogus argument I'm at is say transparency. Obi, you must not sacrifice fairness of justice on the altar of transparency. Sayini wunnimu amekachiro. You are a lawyer of repute. So fear, I am telling you. So in the name of justice, transparency, Tino, won't me fa obi fa hudie. Ane periyo. Sabi ungu obi fa hudie anymore say. Ungu obi periyo anymore say. In the name of transparency, it is a basic tenet of law. Me call law school that, but I know better. I know better. Why? Obi, so what they are called Asamko quarter? Does it stop it from transparency? In fact, where is the best place to get transparency? Is the competent court of jurisdiction, Anamebwa. Because at that place, and she shemubia a judge no maye na de papa evidence papa obejia tum. Any evidence anya papa onyin tum no ya sone ni nyina so ni ehu de anamebwa. Yes. So it is at that point and now ubenya true transparent briefing for the good people of this republic. Because ene kwajo dan kwa betina hai waka figures bebre ba obehe na beko court no ye be present mu be nyina be wie na beka cho say no, this is not true, this cannot be accepted. And I'm a be catch me a lawyer. But the court bet me quashi a lot of so-called evidence. And that is why you don't trial people in the public. Ayeni, you are a lawyer. You are an attorney general. Your job is to protect the good people of this republic first. Look, even when it comes to order of fairness, the protection and the freedom and the rights of Ghanaians come first. Samebua Kachreme. You are a lawyer, you should know better. You should know better. Dominic Ahini say, you should know better. And justify. What do you mean in America? I've known you from America. Please, do better.
No, they were
So
why?
Is
he not a deputy? No, I have not. You see, I have not attacked the content of anything.
So speak to the allegations.
No.
Speak to the allegations.
You are not getting the dress.
You are beating.
You are not. No.
Why should he speak to allegations? Why?
No, you see, Kwajo.
What should he say about allegations?
No, you should speak to the issue. Is it not the case?
No. It is what case?
It's an allegation.
It is what case?
So speak to it.
It should be put through legal scrutiny.
So speak to it. Whether if that happened, say the papa na say
but you don't tell him what to say.
You see, me too fool. Say we are deputy CEO.
Deputy CEO.
Obi betimi aka asem atoso ni asopa na de nkofo bi be ye wansa na wanya wanokora yi
na be yi me ho ano
tena ha na wo de dwawanu he obi ade ya pa wo wiase no say ye de asem beto ho now. You see right now and fa ho ni the gift beka you know ka say it doesn't matter what gift will say, people will pronounce her guilty. The only time I give to Benya ne fa ho die and they say e kwase ni bia ni ehwehwem ni e ka say unye boni bia intermediate obi the American say there is no place ayeni ubetimi ama Ghana for please there is no place ubetimi ama Ghana for enya transparency than the court of law. No place. Put your docket together, go to court, mount your case, prove say every allegation be valid, and let the court accept it. Let the court prosecute and jail give to a worry. Then we will know why are we rushing justice? Why are we persecuting people? Obi, now let me come to this issue. You know, oh no, please.
Yeah.
NSS. You see, NSS assembly. I mean, I've dealt with the issue. I've dealt with the issue. You see, I don't. You see, I won't go into the content.
He was playing
because you see, I've already addressed your point. The point I addressed, and they say, the competent court of jurisdiction will adduce which evidence is admissible and which is not. Anamebwa. Yes. Into a corner court to admit evidence now. At that material moment, no, assembly can be a burden. Until then, what of course? What am I pronouncing on?
Obi, what's your some kind? More recording to
Ofori-Atta.
We'll meet here on Asempa FM 94.7.
Mate.
Obi, Mary, you know.
Hey,
I feel na meba. Obi mpacho Israel ne Iran for ntokwa no.
Yes.
Bombo no ebi abetoka aswa na.
Afi na biba.
Atik me pacho bombo no. Ebi abeto ma mo bi ana.
Ebi be nya medru.
Ebi nya meto ma mo bi.
And I'm quite so.
Ebi metoka aswa. Hey, Obi nti ne Ghana ha. External shocks etimi affect o man Ghana. External shocks. Mon canocre. Mon. Emra, you see, meba. Aban we hon. A TikTok aban. Content creation kwa. Saban. TikTok aban content creation kwa. Emra Bible kan meba emra Bible kan Pharisee for ho asem no. Sanko for na no come asem. Oh please.
Pharisee.
Sanko for na no mo. Come me a few example. Hwe ati ko ha. Eno mo be mount a platform catch and say Haptel. Haptel ye Dr. Baumia and ye sika wo Haptel. Sami minya Sami, baby I will be a mechiao. And a gold board into my radio so. Or see, okotena peace FM, no UTV. So no, on fancy can go to ECG credit. No better sumuna Dr. Baumia Jessica. Ye ya Dominic Ayini. Minia ai Minister of Youth. George Ado. Yes. And Sana Sam George. Eko jina simpio say, "Hey, Haptown, Ajuma Papanie." These are the people we are talking about. And Pharisee for na yeka. Me see, they are content creators. TikTok abang.
And the content here, na content ya.
Please.
Content please. It's a very good content.
Yes,
I know. It's a very good content.
Kojo, the who yan me. Kojo, who yan me. I'm bereaved.
I say the who million.
Kojo should in a bereaved.
Obi. Here John Mahama say, "Hey, Akufo-Addo. Aden na wakoti bibi e friend of petroleum hub. It's unnecessary. Aden na wakoti bibi e friend of free SHS school secretariat. It's so unnecessary. Unim bibi ene free SHS secretariat no. Yama national coordinator. Yama regional coordinators and Yama district coordinators.
Free SHS secretary.
We are sure. I'm telling you.
District coordinators.
Say regional and coordinators. No, Amunya polling station coordinators. But the point I am making is what they said then
and what they are
doing now. Petroleum hub, Tony Oben.
Yes,
and any Onassis Kobe, any two deputy CEOs. These are the criminals. They go forward.
Hey, I
don't think you wanted to use criminals.
Obi meba. Obi.
Yes, Kofi.
Me pe John Mahama sempa. Na wakansimbi. Ena na me pese me polish can be. Inti mami John Mahama say the economy was criminally managed. Yeah. Now Obi behind the criminally managed BB. Say nipa no ede.
Oh, a criminal.
Okay. Yeah. That's it. Inti John Mahama bet me afraid and criminals. Yes sir. Sana person catch me.
Oh, you see, double standard, no, but Obi, I told the general. About allegations against or no fan court, you know, yet to me, cast or my criminal. Now, Obi, I am finding Kojina baby, also a criminal. Obi, you see the double standard.
And yes, some kind of but he didn't talk.
No, but Obi, when
the time now, or Casa, when your time, I know what.
But Obi, that double standard, no,
Who they change?
oh, main train saying.
Because you are a deputy CEO for crying out.
So, me money, maintenance. Some year the CEO, Obi. Maintenance.
You have a pen, right?
Maintenance. No, the trouble
when you were plus, he never.
Last week, we are not last week, Mama Mankasa, 2 minutes in Pomankasa.
Kofi Tonto.
Kofi
content creation. Baby, the $1 levy, D levy,
1 cedi.
Yes, it was deliberate, and I'll teach you why. You see, a mobile, yang bosome near Pompe about. One said there is a standard procedure. BOG banks, some dollars. I think it will bear me out to support because the needed amount of dollars, BOG support into Bosome. Now they are about $64 million and the support because we were bent on building our reserves. The last 4-5 weeks, every week, no more pumping about $100 million into the FX market. Every week. So whereas we were putting about 64 million, 66 million, they were putting about $400 million every month. So what you do is say you artificially empower the value of the city. But John Mahama is a very smart politician. When my dear John Mahama Bekacho, I say President Mahama, His Excellency, I say many Asiama any forcing kosher demono agreement I by any say the value of the dollar should be between 10 the true value should be 10 and 12.
Yes.
Do you know why they said that? Because they were no longer going to pump that much every week. And the moment they knew say among pump it that much every week, they knew say see na ho dem be shasa say tiba form. And they are hoping the other day maybe catch say they deliberately did it hoping that they can hold it between 10 and 12. But nyame a on pebone and an unfortunate circumstance akoba. But you see, they did that on purpose because they wanted to artificially bring the dollar down, knowing say at that point now Brent crude oil prices on the market was hovering around 55, 60, between 55 to $60 a barrel. So petrol. So then they will quickly smuggle in that levy. No one may catch it say John Jinapo hinty on the day Yera Mahama swearing in. I want to catch it say the oil I did and 24 hours. They hinted us. So they knew what they were doing. That deal levy no the bar so reform they knew it was deliberate. Unfortunately for the TikTok content creators. And now we na abetu yasi nyina abetu. Tina mi busa o say bombu na ebi abeto kaswa. And I be abeto mamobi. Because these people told us there is nothing like exogenous shocks. Be PNU external bit me affected. We tried me try me explain say look. Petrol prices on the world market Ekosra affecting yama bebre. For example, early 2022, your monthly usage of fuel or petroleum products about 347 metric tons.
that was running us about $200 million a month. By February, March, not the same quantity, it was now running us almost $400 million a month. Obi couldn't talk. But the impact, the channel say, we reserve now war Echo for 200 million additional every month. Now the back now we see the now Echo from. Apart from that, Ukraine and their supply we are say do with. Your friend is saying fertilizer. You try see a bit chiremu and magana fuatia say almost a debida.
Were we buying fertilizer from Ukraine?
Oh yes, we buy fertilizer from Ukraine. In fact, Okoshe fertilizer what importation. Koshe.
No, what
I don't want to mention even companies here, but a lot of our companies be here local production, but a lot of them Ecofa free Ukraine. We said it.
So fertilizer prices went up.
No, I'm giving you instances of things. Of course, fertilizer prices at that time went up. Go and check the prices. In fact, that time, you see, that time, crude koya to over 100 cedis, $100 per barrel. There can be a month, and then the move catch they say exogenous factors. Now, Obi, meaning that time also. Last thing I make catch the team here and Tron, yeah, no jai. Kodjo kachre say President Mahama you listening government. Meba Obi. E di enti na ma President Mahama so mo withdraw D11 no.
He was specific say Iran we ni bia.
Was it a case of say Ati kan enti na President Mahama so or withdraw?
And you are making the point say
what are you saying?
Meba
under you
under me
COVID-19 by Okofa e-levy at the back. The catch was a COVID-19 or e-levy. What the asabe abe soyan ko. Okofa COVID-19 levies and the back.
We are still taking COVID.
You see, you are comparing apples and oranges. You made a categorical statement here. Say President Mahama is a listening president, and I made sure say. Agitation about no President Mahama antie. The entire President Mahama say all suspended levy no or say and tokwana abanintra one can say the article can ye and now the assume can ye and amebwa.
Yeah.
So why do you come and sit here
very well
and peddle falsehood?
Me that say I think do two na only two ni and so.
In fact, I agree with you on that. For the first time, no, we did. But you were interrupting me anyway. Media make how in our Becca National Service. Hey, you want some? Look, let me care about the procurement of fuel for IPPs. Obi, I say, shall say, can want some. It's a whole sub economy on its own. Oh, could you be patch up? Many. Do you know how much money we are losing to the procurement of fuel? The procurement of fuel for thermal plants in Kwasika is ruining. The procurement economy. Do you know how much money we are losing? Among a gig man crofo. People are making millions of dollars from Saudi. No, I need to be interested in it because look. Kojo, and if I were you, I'd be equally interested.
But I think now since the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission GTEC for you busy with amount for on-end doctorate titles. And almost a troll letter, comma honorable MP into bracket Dr. Phyllis now call your Okuno.
Hey, almost the any
yeah, almost you so doctor.
Hey, I thought she was.
And I know you're down for MP or better now. Hey, is it Gomwa? East Pentecost elder no almost the doctor no match him baby doctor Charlie
Obi mami we on this procurement economy. Look, people are making millions of dollars from the procurement of fuel for these IPPs no can try and say mujaya we will be unable to buy our own fuels, but it's a whole sub economy on its own. People are making millions of dollars. Abenwe so buy. In fact, it was happening under MPP, under Kufodo. And some of the people who were engaged in the procurement of fuel for these IPPs, where musu buy. And Cheno ma threatening here, my aunt of fuel now. In 5 hours they will be doom so. In 2 days they will be doom so. As a quarter fuel. All the threats are almost say must say Ghana yakodum so mu. Now so they make it, in fact there was a point where saying 5 hours Ghana will go dark. To condition our minds to the fact that I say more mukoto fuel nibi. Because that procurement economy no is very lucrative. In any event, yeah, let's even assume class Abansi or better fuel am IPPs. Let the IPPs go and do the procurement. Na first can more mukoto why is government in the business of procuring fuel for IPPs? If the fuel is for the IPPs, now you in your mind, you know, even though it is flawed thinking, movies are buying a sort of fuel momo fuel now because of invoices for them to submit, and then you give them the money to go and retire those invoices. But Abayan Kasa is in the business of procuring fuel, and you know what they do? Like I said, they condition our minds. More mayan to fuel here. In the next 5 hours, Ghana will go dark. No BIM Shishono. Until we don't sit and spend a minute to ask, how is the procurement being done? Who is the one doing the procurement? And people are making a lot of money. Look, we should be interested in finding out how much are we buying gas. I've forgotten the standard, the SI unit for gas. No crampo.
Yeah, scarf.
Let's say a barrel and whatever. It is saying how much is it? Now they are compared to the market. It is saying, but people, Kojo Nyabutre. You see, if I were you, I would be interested in that.
That's our problem here.
No, but why? Oman opportunities on Kasa.
Many topics in the go and I'm do your pay. What can do your power?
Cannot be Obi Waka one some that. National service the NDP. Now topics. What how many topics they buy? What how many topics?
You the one that you find interesting.
What the three topics now?
Or see inti.
Now say me maka hold on. Me maka almost all the topics. And I'm a boy. And I yes sir.
And Joby, I think it's about time civil society, media, everybody else began questioning the procurement processes and even the rationale behind government procuring fuel. Let the IPPs buy their own fuel and charge us per kilowatt hour cost. Then you negotiate if we find it reasonable. Now however they get their fuel is up to them. But this economy they begunu. As a man for no movie say this is the thing that will give us money. We will begin to raise questions. As for fake PhD and PhDs.
Yes.
I think say look, and by force say you be for doctor. If you want to be called a doctor, work towards it.
But why am honorary crime? What say we use?
No, it's just honor is just to honor you.
Yes.
And Obi, Mikacho say if anybody has had the chance to, you know, get involved in the PhD program, you'd understand why it is painful. So Obi be so now. Or the title not to know so.
Now we MPhil and MSc credit.
It's saying not PhD. Well, and to Michelle, there's this young man. The guy has refused to give up on his end PhD.
Who is that?
Rashid Computer. Oh no, Gifek Papai.
That's why I'm not the president of Pamuno. I know Yam Pamuno.
Oh yeah, but then what does it you?
And what he's done,
and still signing with
it.
so he's still signing,
insulting people.
He has refused to let those an end PhD.
I wouldn't be university needing.
Was it closed now?
Say one quality was all year online.
What the PhD when a PhD?
Oh, be
you don't do that.
No, I don't
take a whole feather.
No, that question is okay. So admit saying.
That's what admit say
one go school no.
Also a PhD from King's
of course,
the King's
now University.
Where is that university?
Well, I think so US.
Well, you think?
No, some you
think?
Men, I think utie the conversation.
I say US. Yeah, Google the university online university any online.
Listen to him now one Google and say
university that is supposed to be
online.
Which is supposed to be giving online na PhD online. Sana and the MPP Papa Bisu
also pesa.
Mika akwe sorry ononkoji the PhD no hotel enim and you were calling him doctor.
Obi. I'm a friend doctor.
Obi. Munyi hello friend doctor. Onim ni bakro amiki. Of the Western region.
I don't know where.
Oh, unim no. My body natural.
Body nine.
Yeah, be who also
party officer da.
Oh, no pay. Anye ye.
Ah, okay, me home.
What has here? Yen go where is on a PhD. Onko hotel enim no kwaji ni PhD ba Ghana. Obi ase media for it's very interesting. Me just started framing who doctor.
Obi a friend doctor.
Enu na hotel enim no kwaji all kwa hihye nyo bi na oba fi oso.
MVP ni.
Oh, of course. And but mumu ma ban dey asa mu ya do so do. Kona bia obi a working doctor.
Na call you na.
We go na say
na call you doctor.
Oh, doctor. I thought it was a legitimately earned PhD.
I think the gender minister nana.
No, really MP
called Autu Senya.
That's why MP.
Autu Senya.
Oh, sir. You want to say no start.
No, no, say. Oh, no. Nyaminim said no, you PhD.
But now call you.
Yeah, but
well, there's one along the coast. On and me fi say.
Me obi G-Tech for me nti o masio. Are. So who suspect say obi use title. Now when him say a faker.
No.
What you do is you recommend to the president.
No. So they are inviting them to come and justify.
No. Why say no? Title
no. I think
is that enough?
But it is misrepresentation. I mean, it's
not enough.
It's criminal.
It's criminal.
And it even goes against the code of ethics anyway. Intermediate
service should fire all of them.
Code of ethics.
If you can be dishonest on your academic title, you have no business being in government.
But you know why that has become. You know why that has become fashionable. Ghana, we value and we regard titles.
Yes.
Sabi. Once you have a fanciful title before your name, a nice prefix before your name, no. Ghana for tend to fancy. You are a big.
MP. Lawyer, not lawyer. Lawyer. I don't know who you say lawyer. And doctor, doctor.
And near high drink crown says, Sabi, Neomuntina, primary Niger, even grab doctor. Say doctor, BB.
Honorary. From suspicious
Nigeria. Mammy can PhD. Ebi munya yes gara krebi pe doctor. Ebi grade 3 doctor. And Nigeria member bi so abakroma o mehu say Ghana for many titles ho. Obeya no ma. Me one of general secretary
$2,000. Chia.
Me see one of general secretary they brought me
so careless.
Say fake. Move. Me general secretary they brought me a letter and you needed to see the pack. Say I can be called why and I can use the title in my name blah blah. I need to pay tutor. And I'm saying yay. Ebimu fell for it and they went and paid. There is another candidate. In fact, we're quitting the party. Also, as for national service in India, my prayer is that Obia wedi Ghana sika say one see the crana.
Yanyi ade.
Uradi Yankopon. And me values, no. I was like, no, is he joking? And this is actually what they have come to uncover. 580 something million Ghana.
Not just for the ghost names.
Be converted into dollars. Do you know how much that is?
A lot of money.
50-something thousand.
A lot of
million. What damn 50-something thousand?
50-something $1 million.
A lot of money.
And $1 million is good money anywhere in the world. Na enye baku poly 50-something.
Very well. Ma say.
Media obi akodi ni sika Kofi misremo. Ye twini gina eya. Men don't go and speak for the person. When the person
on cars.
No, there are people who are defending them. Or even the cash, allegedly. Now unkan be.
Okay.
So accounting for the stewardship and now
account it.
And leave them to go and do their work.
Omo pay plea bargains.
Omo
first camera.
Simple.
We already.
Yes.
You see, sometimes Obi I will see a man for and son and money be wa yakanwasem. Yemia a computer. Me I've listened to him. And Obi utie a yemia computer. Or you naturally, Obi one bempai. Obi, Adaya. What can I answer my young person? I come answer.
Oh, PhD.
Oh, Adaya, but the last time I meet you, no, over 2 masters, and he stated say, PhD no, any PhD, yes, say a year, the Nyamofan honorary no, it was. PhD or any
every PhD
and
a thesis
and
thesis.
Of course only thesis are on case and Obi look it must be stated on records. Say
are you defending this Kojo?
Why na nipa no I can answer na babontia beka say He earned the PhD. He earned it. I don't know the certificate.
If the GTech has
Obi, you find no entonchen. And Obi, Kofi ese abaya was free. You rather undermine Mahama buying. Content creators are buying. Obi, content creators are buying. Ultimately reducing ministers from 125
don't go there.
to 56. Oh, please, stop it. Please,
I need 2 minutes.
Content creators are Obi. Ultimately reducing ministers from 125 to 56 ministers. Then it is a better content a year creators and friends are buying. Content a year creators are buying Obi. Ultimately reducing a year inflation at the back feminine. It is a good content creators are buying. Content creators are buying Obi. A toa do a would be good yen so. A toa a bro Ghana for a toa dem Ghana for kwa him a manihulu kodana a dear twam and a donkom wababe yi levy a year free ho. It is a good content creators are buying. Content creators are buying. What buy you want to say? Yen no more when we secondary school, especially private your friends in secondary school for your former make free SHS a good content creators are buying. I was a Robbie, your bomb a basso, near catching them so my yard and no tonko so and then your moya. Now be Jina catch and say a content. What me yes animal we gave you 8 years. Now to me here and say Sabi Obi. Allegedly, move a year and sa yesika yaka so Obi. Ubedia di say oh nyabotre obi bedia di say ade ba ko course no say vendors na no mo yadwuma national service no omo di ghost names ni shemu awia na yetua sika no ma vendors na say wo say vendors no omo di sika no eba back omo koji kickback no obi unim ne wo ye yes o say yes be one of the etimi hye sika no allegedly egu if you rush one obi you see obi tire obi no akwaji sika no oji the pafu yes go obi yes one of na meti o we kra na say ne car front you check back or yes DC front kra na nko. It's also be a boot, no, the shape bootobi. And there were times I was on transfers, it can be a quad account and no any content a creation. Some with me Jessica, I will feel rough. Now, they say a year car boot and any content a creation.
Next week, you best say, but pick the lessons now, men free. Student loan transfer near Kwati BBC.
Oh, Obi, Daddy. So yes, it's a good reminder. Yeah. But Obi, I'm still a young guy.
Yeah, you are.
The
people you are
and Obi, you see, I have a greediness and so come. Greediness. Obi, greediness. Not salary should be okay for me.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Of course. Now, I made you.
And you saying say,
"Me no your base be a dia check."
I check sika for you.
Who got dia check 400 cedis?
I check one portion of a check.
I check about
I think it's 20.
And yes, East Legon.
I believe.
This is nice.
Sissy's lunch.
Sissy's lunch. One day. It's not be one. It's what you say? 20 cities.
I check one portion of 20 cities. One portion.
I check out who do I buy one.
I check one portion.
We used to it when he was in opposition.
Exactly.
I was saying, "Never one question is to auto."
It's nice.
No. So yes, of course.
Have you eaten it before?
No, it's nice. It's nice. It's lunch.
Okay.
Obi is very nice.
It tastes like rubber in my mouth.
They say, "Hey, we are who spray pa." Misiano anymore. Utu koye
mama me na mo
Obi me pacho.
Oh, that Kofi
Ekosiisen with the Iran ni Israel and Tokyo Charlie. God would have to heal the world for us. Michael Jackson.
What is Ghana's position on what is going on?
We are withdrawing Ghanaian, evacuating. We've shut down our embassy.
What is our position
the
on
foreign minister has not said.
There be Adana Israel.
Don't go ahead.
Ukraine, he was saying,
Ukraine,